Hello, greetings, and salutations. Welcome to Mother Base Radio, Episode 7. As always, I'm your host, Todd, and this week we've got a bit of a full plate. We also have Benny back on the mic. I wanted to make a quick note about last week's episode. I know I uploaded it a bit late. I had some trouble with the upload and with the conversion, so I do apologize to those people who listened to it on base. Also, thank you for listening. I've always told myself that the podcast was an ever-changing, ever-evolving work in progress and a labor of love, right? So, and that's what it is. So I strive to make it better every week. You know, I try to better my skills with Audacity and some of the editing tools that I use for this. And this week, I'm changing up the format a little bit to make it a little shorter. Personally, I like really lengthy podcasts, but I know not everyone does, and that's cool. So we're going to see if that works this week. But yeah, thanks for listening, and go on with the show. But before that, as always, we're going to start with a song. This one is called Ecstasy by Sisterlat. And you can check out their music and some other great cool shit on 99lives.com.
I'm like completely unrelated, but did you notice that for the descriptions for Wax's reviews, he's just copy and pasting a lot of the old ones into the new ones?
Yeah.
Like for the KFC one, he's copied and pasted it like 3 times already. Or no, it was the Panera bread, right? Is what it was. I think he copied and pasted that specific description for it into the next video, and then he of course he adds his own significant amount of tags that are ridiculously long and stupid.
Oh, that's kind of long running thing.
I mean, but that's just his
tags have nothing to do.
Oh, that's awesome!
Like finding and jerking off a rattlesnake while in the wild and something. That was like one of them.
Yeah, well, that was for one of his music videos.
Yeah. And they're very ridiculous.
Just weird ass tags.
Awkward tags.
And I bet you if you click on those tags, his are the only videos that show up.
Yeah, they are. They really truly are. I think one of them he had to post an apology.
Miracle
because it was so
festival, let me bury your child.
Specific.
Stop me from burying.
He's like, I'm sorry for all those people who watch
Legend of the Nog.
Necrophiliac.
We're really
something.
Japanese towards.
And he had to apologize for it. And he's like, I'm sorry for all those people that are out there. I know you want to do your own thing. He's like, I'm pretty sure y'all are out there.
This is the brown sauce featuring Plague Breaks. Black Panther's debut was running from cops.
Black Panther's
Super Buddy Dumps featuring Super Buddy Hop. Alright. Welcome to Patchwitz. Okay, alright. Tactical marriage to avoid the panel.
That was getting married.
Okay, that's tactical.
I'm tearing up already. These are good ass
episode names.
They're funny, yeah. I guess I have room for another podcast, especially since you have 41 of them.
Now I have, including ours, yes, 40. It's 41 podcasts.
You want to make it 42? Listen to the Super Best Friends cast at gmail.com.
41.
Yeah, 41.
I know, but still, that's ridiculous. Like,
oh well, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
41.
It's not that bad, dude. Half of them are like half an hour long.
How do you listen to all 41?
It's simple. He cuts TV out of his things to do, and he cuts.
Yeah, like I don't even watch TV, and I can listen to 80% of those podcasts while just playing a game.
Yeah. I'm actually probably gonna sooner or later start asking you for podcasts because I'm thinking of closing. Well, we already reduced our cable.
Okay.
Well, at this point, I was
cable cutter. Yeah.
I was using YouTube and another app.
More than
Twitch also, and Like I'm starting to listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
That much more.
That's what I do. Like I don't watch TV.
Dude, I haven't had cable in the house since I was like 13.
Like just that long, you just haven't.
I just don't need it.
There are just some shows
I don't
that
watch
I
everything
absolutely
like
love. There was a show that I was recording for you for a while called Man Seeking Woman.
Oh,
yeah, you told me about that one. I never saw it.
It's a great show.
But I'm pretty sure I can find it somewhere online.
Yeah, you can. It's on Hulu, I think.
Okay.
I was thinking actually of probably starting Netflix, which I've never touched, but Netflix always seems so add to me.
Yeah.
Because I used to have cable.
Yeah.
But Hulu seems super attractive to me right now because it's shows.
Yeah, Hulu's good for shows. But
Netflix has the same thing though. Now they're starting to get their own really good shows.
Oh yeah, they have a bunch of their own original programming now, right? But what Netflix is good about is discoverability. Discovering all kinds of stuff that you would have never seen before. That's why I like Netflix. But yeah,
one of the reasons why I liked Hulu so much is because it had community. Back when I didn't know where to find community.
Yeah. Do they still have that?
No, I think
it's Yahoo.
Yahoo picked up the new season of
That's
Community.
weird. That's weird. Watching it through Yahoo. Who the fuck goes to
I
Yahoo?
haven't-
A lot of people go to Yahoo still.
I guess.
I'm
use
so
Yahoo.
surprised. There
Huh?
you go.
I use Yahoo.
You use Yahoo?
Yeah, I have
The
a
fuck
Yahoo.
is it? 2008?
I have what's it called? The Yahoo Mail.
You still use a Y-mail?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know who uses that anymore.
Benny.
What?
You know me.
Who was making fun of me last time when you saw that I have the messenger? Oh, that was Sammy.
That was Sam.
That I have Messenger, but it's technically no, it is Hotmail.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it's Hotmail.
It's Hotmail.
I still use a Hotmail.
Well, I know a lot of people that use Hotmail still.
Yeah.
But then again, okay, majority of my family that uses Hotmail is in Mexico.
Okay.
Okay, not over here. Over here, I've taught my family to use Gmail.
Yeah, it's
and my
better.
family has started using Gmail.
Yeah.
Nobody uses Yahoo. My grandpa used Yahoo once. He hated it and went straight back to Google because Google is that much more, I guess,
It's better.
easier, for him to use. Because I taught him how to use the new email app. What is it called?
Inbox.
Inbox. Yes,
Inbox.
Inbox.
Yeah.
Since he's now doing like all his trucking stuff himself,
Uh-huh.
he just gets his loads via the inbox. He'll see it pop up right away and he'll be like, oh, okay, save this one. This one's important. Don't save that one's trash.
Mhm.
Okay, save this one. Don't save this one. Go on from there.
Okay.
He tried using Yahoo's, got extremely frustrated, like ridiculously frustrated.
I can imagine the UI to that looks really antiquated now.
I should probably
I don't know.
also
Probably
say
not.
that like I use my Yahoo one on anything that requires me to use an email. I
Okay.
use it as my
It's your
default-
trash mail.
dump everything there.
Okay, that's
Like-
smart.
I get hey, what's it called? The grips that I have.
Your one for your PS4?
Control freak
Oh, yeah.
grips.
Right.
Yeah.
They're always sending me coupons and I just
Yeah.
go look at it and say, okay, buy Office Depot coupons and a bunch of
Oh,
bullshit.
okay.
I use it for stuff that say, hey, we need your email address. I'm like, sure, I'll give you my email address.
I sometimes use my
Wait,
normal
six.
email,
Oh shit.
my consistent, but I'll just
Shit, what?
usually put it into spam.
Shit, what
and stuff
time?
like that.
Shit, what Todd?
No, sorry.
Shit on what
Shit,
Todd?
No, not sure anything. I was just counting how many emails I had.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're like, shit, I haven't seen any in a while.
Oh no, not email addresses.
Oh.
I
have like 3.
I have 7 Gmails.
Yeah,
I
you
use
do.
3 of them. Yes, I use 3 of them.
You have 7 personal Gmails.
Yeah.
Fuck.
7 Gmails and I have 2 Hotmails, which I'm gonna close one. But the only reason I have one of them open is for Xbox Live, which I don't use anymore anyways.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I only use 2 MOs. I use my Gmail, my main Gmail, and then my other one's for Facebook, where
See,
I
I
get all the
have these 2.
notifications
These are my
and
main
that's
ones.
it.
As of 82 and
My
as of
main
82
one I use for everything. Even if it's for the spam stuff, automatically. As soon as I
Look, you see,
sign it up,
Tape
I'll
Station,
just put it in there. And just,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
shit,
just send it
Office
straight
Depot,
to trash.
Newegg, Square Enix bullshit, just
Yeah.
shit in general.
Shit.
I think
in
I
general.
have 3, but I made one of them to make the Smurf in Heroes of the Storm. So I really only have 2.
Have you been playing Heroes of the Storm?
A little bit.
I haven't touched it. Well, then again, I haven't.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
but
the
here.
mirror.
Jack shit.
Well, let's get into it then. Hi guys.
Hi.
Hi, Todd.
It's been a while. Well, Capello's always on, but you were on like 2 episodes ago, right, Mikey?
Oh yeah.
The last time you were on was we were talking about the Division.
Yes.
Which was like 2
It
episodes
was
ago.
The Division.
It was like 2 episodes ago, yeah.
Yeah, it was 2 episodes ago.
Yeah. I remember that night.
So last episode, you guys talked about.
Shit.
Several things.
A lot of stuff,
Yeah.
actually.
A lot of
A
stuff.
lot of stuff.
Mostly VR. I think that
Yeah.
Holy
took
shit.
Was it just all VR?
Took
Yeah.
I mean,
took a bunch.
80% of that thing was
VR.
VR.
It was VR and some
GDC stuff.
Yeah,
By the
some
way-
GDC stuff.
I got the reserve.
You got the reserve?
Yeah, I went to Alamo, unfortunately, but I got it done. I dropped $100.
Did they make you? So something that I found on NeoGAF was people in the upper part of the country and in Canada, if they didn't have a Power Up account, they were making people.
Oh, no. They were making them sign up.
They were making them sign up for the $15 before they could do the pre-order for.
You needed
for
to
VR
get a Power Up Pro in order for you to get it.
which is bullshit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's some shenanigans.
Well, then again, I already have one.
You already have one, but I'm wondering if they were doing that down here.
Maybe in some specific stores. Like, I know...
It's fucked up.
It's really shitty.
It's really shitty.
But,
that's why you go to Amazon.
Yeah.
Which even then, I had...
And get sold out and not be able to get it.
That's been me the past 2 times, unfortunately. But I'm going to get it.
Though, it is like completely unrelated, but a customer came in a few days ago to our store over there in Ware Road, and the gentleman came from originally the McAllen store, and he wanted to cancel his reserves that he had at the McAllen store. The only thing is that when he went to the McAllen store to go cancel them in the first place, they told him you can't. And the reason why they told him you can't, with the 2 reserves that they gave him, or that they put on his account, they secretly put them on there for him. So he went to go buy a 3DS, a Pokemon 3DS. I think it was like the special edition Charizard XL one that came out. And when he had reserved it, they're like, oh yeah, well, since it's Pokemon Day or whatever. Oh, that's what it was. It was Pokemon Day. That's why they're giving it away. They were like, you can buy these games for $10 as well. And it's Pokemon Yellow, Red, and Blue. I think it was like $10 a pop for one, or for each. And he wound up picking up Yellow and Red.
It's on Virtual Console?
Yeah, it's on Virtual Console. And they were like, oh, well, Sun and Moon are coming out relatively soon. You want to place a pre-order for them? And he's like, no, I'm good. I can wait on those. Since I just bought these, and I just dropped $300 and change. What I mean by change, like $340 for the taxes and shenanigans. He's like, no, I'm good. And they're like, okay, cool. And then he didn't find out till he got home, but he checked the receipt, and they gave him the reserves. And he called back, and he's like, hey, I didn't want these reserves. I'm going to go by the store, and I'm going to cancel them. And the guy was like, okay, well, hold on. Let me pass it to the manager real quick. The manager came on, he's like, no, you have to come and pick up these games. You put these reserves down here with us. And he's like, no. Like, when he came to our store and told us all this story, we're like, no, that's your money. Give us a second. We called him, and it was Esteban at the time, and Esteban was like, hey, I need to do 2 cancels. And then sure enough, Esteban did it in like 5 minutes. But nonetheless, that's the shitty end of the, GameStop story.
Of the spectrum.
Yes.
Sure.
So I'm pretty sure what you were saying, they probably did it in the McAllen store only for the fact that they probably needed numbers, and they're forcing those numbers upon the customers now.
Well, that's kind of shitty.
Yeah, it is.
At the same time, I think for a lot of people, it's like, well, you're gonna drop $100 and then $300, $400 later, anyways. But it's like, well, what if? I mean, they don't want it.
Yeah, that's still their money regardless.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with the $300, $400? I don't know. It's a very. It's
super sleazy, man. They've always been sleazy. When was it? Earlier this week? I forgot. Yeah, when I posted that. Oh no, when Sammy posted that. Oh well, that GameStop was upping the prices on the Move controllers, which is also which is business, but it's still kind of shitty.
Yeah.
I was like, man, it's gonna be
from what, 6 to 24, right?
$4 to $24.99. Yeah,
Full $20.
I'm glad I have those already. I have 2 pairs.
But the thing is, are those old Move controllers are gonna work for this new one?
Yes,
they're
it's for VR.
I checked them and everything to make sure to turn on too, because I hadn't used them in years. But yeah,
I think Danny got the kit, the VR.
Yeah, that's what I
that's the one that's
that's
the only one that's available for pre-order right now.
Yeah.
The next
that's
one,
the one you have to get.
Yeah, the standard one isn't available until Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, and that's the one that's just gonna come with
the headset.
And then you have to buy the camera separate plus the Move controller separate.
That's if you want to. If you already have them, then
then
you
that's
need
why that option is.
Yeah, but you need the camera, but you don't need the Move controllers.
Yeah. And the camera is an $80 attachment.
$60. It's $60.
And it's not the standard PlayStation 9 one, is it?
No, it's the PS4 camera.
Yeah. Oh, that's why. That's what I meant. Though.
It's that one. There isn't like a special one for VR.
I thought it was a special one.
I would assume maybe in the future they might come out with a special one, but I don't know.
By the way, I have a question. Do you think it's rumored that that special new PS4 is coming out? I don't know if you saw.
We talked about that last week a little bit.
They've come out with more information.
I didn't add here.
Yeah, it's more people are confirming that there's going to be a PS 4.5.
And what is 4.5 supposed to be?
It's about to be better hardware.
It's better hardware, like 4K resolution. It runs faster. All these kinds of things, like
a whole bunch of nice little tidbits.
Yeah.
Plus the 1 terabyte hard drive space.
Well, that's rumored, of course.
Yes, rumored.
But the thing is, the rumors are substantiated just because originally they came from GDC, which is all developers, you know, and so basically the reporters were like, you know, eavesdropping on conversations and stuff like that, and
I'd be okay if it was like a small box that you plug into the back of the
it's probably not going to be. It's going to be a system.
It's its own separate system, and I understand that. Like, if we want to do it, they can do it. But I feel like that's a cheap shot for everyone else. That like the early.
So I understand that, and we talked about this week, but I guess I'll just reiterate on it a little bit. I think that what they're going to do is they're going to drop the price of the standard one by $100, and then this one they're going to have it at the regular price, but maybe they'll have some out of goodwill, some cool like trade-in offer, like, hey, for all you people that already have one, you can go ahead and switch it out for you, and it'll be significantly cheaper.
Yeah, it'll be like $100 difference.
I think $100 would. I'd be totally okay with that.
Yeah, they say to swap it out, I'd pay $100 to swap on my PS4 to get a better one.
But I don't want to pay $400 for another one.
No,
you know, I don't want.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm more.
They're not going to do that.
No.
You know,
I'm more than sure they're gonna have that, you know, that price gap where you can just, you know, pay
or like difference. For new people, it's like, oh man, there's a new PS4 coming out, it's gonna be more expensive. It's like, no, it's not. It's gonna be the same price. And I'm just, oh, that's great.
Yeah.
But we'll probably.
Did we finish the intros? Did we introduce Benny?
Well, and you basically.
How's your week, Capello?
It's been great, Benny. It's been absolutely great. Before Mikey completely decided to overwhelm the microphone with his dulcet tones. You know.
Thank you.
Damn.
Thank you. I didn't even realize it until just right now. I was like, wait a second, did we even say that to everybody?
Well, okay.
Well, my week's been shit.
So, like, what we're doing now is that instead of, like, starting with, like, you know, I intro beforehand and record that separately, and then I casually bring in the conversation, and then at some point we introduce.
I know. But, you know, I didn't know if we said hi to everybody. Because you came to me and you're like, you're here on the division. And I just started going.
The thing is, you broke the illusion so hard by going, did we introduce someone? That was you breaking the illusion really, really hard.
All right. Well, we won't break that illusion any further. Hi, Benny. You're here again.
I'm back.
Not permanently,
just
for now. Okay.
I might disappear for another 5 weeks.
Are you serious?
I am serious.
Wow, because it's already been like 5 weeks.
Yeah.
It's been 5 weeks.
Yeah.
It might be 5 more weeks. At the minimum.
Make money.
Yeah,
that's true. Money, yeah.
Being a responsible
drop it on Gundam Kids.
Yeah, I know.
Master grade Gundam Kids.
So you were here 3 podcasts.
Well, he was here 2 podcasts ago briefly.
But I didn't make a voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Hello, Marcos. It's been a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like how everybody assumes that Marcos is the only one that listens.
He's not, but he's the only one that responds to anything.
But it doesn't matter.
But we don't give anybody else the option.
It doesn't matter how many people this podcast ever gets. And we could have 10, we could have 10,000. We will always have the joke that Marcos is the only one
that listens.
Marcos is the only one that listens to this podcast.
Shit, as far as I'm concerned, this whole podcast is only for Marcos. Hello. And welcome to the Marcos podcast, where we talk about Marcos.
Now we're going to call it the Maducast.
Maducast.
The Madu Entertainment Broadcast System.
Yep. Wow.
I like that.
I like that. Kind of.
Yeah. It's very nice. Has a nice role for it. But
Marcos, this is the point where you should relax. Sit down, take a seat. To take the weight off.
So he listens to this while he's walking down the street. So he's going to like stop at a bench and sit down for a little bit. Like, oh, Benny told me to.
Yeah, take a quick seat for me. Take a selfie and send it to Todd. And I want Todd to send it to me. I want to know you're okay. Are you walking around in the darkness?
Benny's cheap. I just realized that.
Bring a flashlight.
Everybody else has been asking for foods of some sort. Benny just asked for a simple
Well, Benny was the one that asked for the burrito, wasn't it? Oh, wait, no. That was you.
That wasn't me.
Sammy.
That was Mike.
No, I did not ask.
That was
Sammy.
Yes,
I did ask for the burrito.
Sammy or Mike.
Wait.
We were talking about a burrito.
Then you should be eating this burrito.
I can't eat that burrito.
I know you can't.
I'll eat it in Mikey's stead along with Todd. Todd will be.
I'll eat it. You just boil the water.
You want to partake in this?
Sure, I'm gonna try it.
This bowl of crap.
Bowl of crap.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
dried food that you bring back to life kind of scares me right now.
It is kind of scary.
It's spooky. Like, even Maruchan scare me.
Really?
Specifically since Capello yelled at me and Danny that I
Oh,
was
the
kidding
foam
myself.
ones?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dude,
I get it.
Just throw them in the microwave. It's the most like.
What we would do is we'd buy the Maruchans in the styrofoam cups, fill them with water,
Yeah.
close the lid,
And
stick
then
them in the microwave. And then Capello saw us do it and he slapped us and said, "What the fuck are you doing? You're killing yourself. Don't do that, you fucking retard. Get a plastic bowl, put water in it, and stick that in the microwave. Then you pour it into the... Marcos, if you're putting styrofoam in the microwave, please stop.
You're giving yourself cancer, Mark.
No, he lives in Virginia. He works at Langley. I'm pretty sure they have some kind of high tech.
There's a super
lasers that zap.
That's why he bought Dehydrated, because that they have a super hydrator, like in Back to the Future there in the Langley. At Langley Falls at the CIA headquarters.
This is probably what he used for training. He's like, I'm just gonna hand it to Todd. I'm not a trainee anymore. I'm a full-fledged agent.
These are surpluses.
I get to put government credit on the French restaurants that I go every day.
God damn.
So
you're one fancy fuck. Marcos, you're one fancy fuck.
There were times like when he first left that when he wouldn't respond to my texts, I would always tell he would call me like a week later. I was like, so how was Beijing? You know, how was New Zealand? How was Prague?
It's the top of the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, Marcos is the all-American spy. You know, he's the American James Bond. That's the mythos. That's the lore here.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I haven't seen him in a while, so he's a spy.
He needs something to listen to while he strangles his hits. You know, this is why we do this podcast.
You stomp at that baby's cranium. You are forgiven. That baby, I'm sure he would have turned into Hitler. Just stomp it. Just straight up stomp it. And then dig up his mother's grave. It's okay. Bury him with her.
So, Ben, your week has consisted mostly of work.
Of working in the desert. Getting blasted in the face by sand.
Dodging danger noodles.
Dodging the danger noodles. Playing Far Cry Primal for about like 30 minutes at a time and then passing out.
Okay.
Yesterday I got to play The Division. Got frustrated with its cover system, but that's besides the point.
Did you force Gus to play SF5 at all?
SF5?
Street Fighter.
Yes, we played it once. The thing is, it was fun for that first day, but like we come back so fucking tired that we just kind of stare at our phones for an hour
and then knock out.
Out.
I feel you.
We didn't have the power to just play on 5 sticks.
It's crazy, huh?
It kind of sucks.
Yeah.
There's one thing that I know that I like, and that is the 6% humidity over there, over the 7,000% humidity in
Texas.
Yeah.
No joke. It's not a joke.
It could be hot as the same
Balls.
heat that it is down here, up there, but you find shade and you're good.
Yeah.
You find shade and you almost feel
legit.
cold.
It's awesome.
Yeah, like,
Well,
it's crazy. The first week I was there, I was waking up to 27 degree.
Wow.
This last week we were waking up in the 30s to 40s.
Sweet spot.
And, it wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't. I can imagine.
Like in the morning, you put on your jackets and shit, and when there was high wind, you maybe put like a painter sock on your face just to protect your face from...
A painter sock?
Yeah, it's what you put on when you're gonna paint, so you don't get paint all over yourself.
Are those the ones that like kind of you're gonna just sort of like wrap over your head and cover like this part?
Hair also.
Oh, okay.
It just...
It's a legit sock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like a natural
Okay.
thing.
Well, at least it's pleasant right now here. A little. It's okay.
It's hot as fuck down here.
Well, because you've been up there for a while now.
The humidity makes me like... I could be outside talking and I'll start sweating. I could be outside talking over there with a hoodie on and a jacket over that hoodie, and I wouldn't be sweating.
Cold as fuck, yeah. I get you.
It's one thing that I wish I didn't have here in the valley. But I also have all of my friends here in the valley, so I kind of like being here.
Yeah, of course.
We also have the ocean, which is nice. And also, when it gets in the summer, when it gets hot down here, it's bad. But in the summer, when it gets hot in Arizona, you're going to fry.
I've been told, but they have a nice forest though.
Forests are nice.
I got to see snow for the first time. I was happy.
Oh, awesome.
It's beautiful.
Snow was cool.
Pine trees. It was a much well-deserved change from the occasional or the ever-constant nopal and What's it?
And
Palmas.
Palmas.
Not Palmas.
And-
Mesquite down here.
Yeah.
Spiny ass mesquite and prickly ass fucking cactus down here. Over there, the deserts, you usually don't find trees, but in that national forest, good God, it was goodness.
Cool.
It is definitely a forest.
It is a forest.
I can confirm for you, it is a forest.
10 out of 10 forest. Hey, guess we're not sponsored by today.
Alcohol?
No, we're sponsored by
We're
alcohol.
sponsored by
obviously.
alcohol.
We're not sponsored by Safe
Same.
today. Yeah.
Oh man, the
Which
last.
you just broke because we.
No, we're gonna stop there. We're gonna stop there. Well, that's great, Benny. I'm glad you're back for this week.
Hail Satan.
No!
No, of course not. We don't hail anyone. Maybe
Well,
Akatosh.
sure, yes, we do.
How was
Absolutely.
your week, Todd?
Oh, well.
Actually, fuck
Oh,
you.
wow.
Fuck you, Todd. How was your week?
Todd goes last. He's the host.
Yeah, okay.
You have to be a good host, Todd. I had a decent week. Yeah, it was
Really,
alright.
that's nice. What about you, Todd?
Well, my week was more of the same as last week, so I don't have much to add. Like I played the rotation of games that I played last week,
You
which
touched
was
Super Bronze and then got kicked back out?
no, I haven't gone onto ranked since last week, so I'm just bronze.
So your salt TC has.
Yeah,
mellowing out.
it's mellowing out. So yeah, I did SF5, I did Heroes of the Storm, I did Hearthstone, and I did Minecraft. And
Are
that
you
was-
farming in Hearthstone or what?
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
trying.
So you started your farming.
I'm farming gold. I basically right now the rotation of decks in Hearthstone is like bland, like because it's been the same thing since the Grand Tournament
Yeah.
came out, and so yeah, it's just playing the same fucking decks over and over, so it's boring. Like,
Oh.
but
Regarding Street Fighter V, you'll be happy to know that Liam is in bronze. Wooly and Pat made it to Super Bronze and then got their shit pushed in by a silver and then ended up back in bronze. So their pain is your pain.
oh well.
You're not alone.
At least I'm not the only one, which is
There are a lot
nice.
of people getting their shit pushed in.
It's because the amount of people is so small.
Yeah.
Like there's not a lot of people online at a single point. Like you play I think in the evening it gets to like 5,000 people.
Not
But
too bad.
I was playing in the morning and there was only 1,000 people playing.
It seems significantly low.
Yeah. It's good compare that to like the Division.
Oh yeah, but
Like-
that's.
It's a niche audience.
Yeah.
You know?
It's very much a niche audience.
Okay, compare that to Mortal Kombat. There's usually like 50,000
Oh, yeah,
people
sure.
playing at a single
Yeah,
time.
there are.
Wow.
There's that's 50,000 probably a low.
But that Predator though.
But that
Yeah,
And that Alien.
that alien. I'll give it to the alien. It's
Yeah.
really cool.
Alien is cool, but apparently he's the Fong of Mortal Kombat.
Oh.
Ah.
You play him as a keep away.
You don't have to. I heard the Baraka variant is fucking broken as shit and it has crazy combos.
It's Max was playing it.
Acid Slinger was
Yeah.
Max was playing it, and they still played him as a keep away.
really.
It has crazy up close combos, but you have to make the
No,
opponent
yeah,
come.
no.
You have to make the opponent come to
Come to
you.
you.
You have to. Otherwise, you get your shit kicked in.
No health I take.
But yeah.
Or-
No health. That's one of the big ones. But yeah, even Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct has a
lot. Yeah.
large thing compared to Street Fighter, and that's
Best
because
I can say, just give it to them.
hopefully.
Also,
I
there
hope.
might be people still. The one thing I do know is the people from Street Fighter 4 are low as all fuck. I mean, up until the release of Street Fighter 5, there were still people playing Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I mean,
Like,
there might not be a lot, but they'll be constant.
I'm really waiting for two things. I'm waiting for the Alex update because that's gonna add some good stuff. And when people play Alex, that means I can hop on my Fong and just kick the ass of all the Alex players who don't know what the fuck they're doing. And then I'm waiting for Urian so I can be part of that system of people who don't know what they're doing.
Get their shit pushed in by people that do know.
That do know what they're doing. Yeah. So that's what I'm waiting for.
So now we're moving on to talk.
Well, we can,
Wow,
yeah.
break the illusion again.
How was your week, Mikey?
Fairly boring. It consists of work and
The Division.
The Division, yeah. That's about. Oh, I lied. I played Smite for 3 days. Like not not consecutively, like every other day, just to not play the division.
Have an A day and B day.
Yeah.
What you doing?
Yeah. So A day division, B day smite, but B day smite is like maybe like 30 minutes of smite, so a round of
Followed
smite.
by 3 hours of the division.
Yeah, kind of. So it's gotten to the point where in the division now I'm doing nothing but farming for legendaries, and it's not boring. I'm still having fun farming for legendaries. It's just I'm waiting for that April update. I'm undoubtedly waiting for that April update.
Mikey.
You make that sound so good then. I take it back.
Mikey.
Do you want to try the last drop? It still has
No.
something to do with it.
We don't talk about Smite here.
There are several exits.
Is that like the no go zone?
No, I'm just.
Or it's just when Sammy's around, we just that's
no.
like.
It's just busting your boss.
Oh,
for the sake
okay.
of busting him.
We also don't talk about Destiny here.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
I don't talk about this.
At some point, we're gonna have to talk about Destiny. I'm
I
sure.
want to talk about this.
I talk about this.
I don't want to talk.
Alright, well, if Mikey's done.
I am done.
Okay, so, Todd,
Todd, how was your week?
how was it?
It's
Fascinating, Todd. Just fascinating.
Anyway,
On to news.
go ahead.
Marcos, I have a request. Send me a letter. You know what? Type it. Print it. How was your week?
We'll put it on the podcast.
We'll read it out loud.
Read it out
We'll
loud.
get Todd to read it out loud over his.
over mine. No, I'm still gonna be talking, but then Mikey's gonna recite
You're
it.
reading it just as loud as your voice. Just
like right next to
over,
me.
Yeah.
Alright, Todd, what have you been playing?
More Fallout. A lot of Fallout. I restarted The Witcher.
Did you do the DLC?
No, I haven't done it yet.
No.
I'm going to probably continue with The Witcher. I'm about 10 or 15 hours in. Still super enjoyable.
I'm really behind on The Witcher's story, but only because I'm watching Jesse Cox play it.
Yeah.
And he is a fucking loot whore.
Yeah.
So he wants to do everything in the damn game. So I'm never gonna see the ending until he finishes it.
He's like on episode 78, right? Of
Something,
that.
yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I've been playing for a
that's-
while.
well,
He goes
playing-
long.
Yeah.
Who's playing? Was it Dragon Age?
Yeah.
He's
He's
down in
still
the
not.
hundreds with that. Wasn't
He's
it?
yeah, and he's still not done with it.
Yeah. It's called playing an RPG.
Yeah, I know. That's amazing. That's he's getting the full everything from it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Really intriguing.
And he's getting paid for it.
That what?
And he's getting paid for it.
And he's getting paid for it.
Without the help of Maker.
No.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Goodbye, Maker.
Goodbye, Maker.
Anything else, Todd?
That's about it.
Huh?
Yeah.
Anything notable in your week? Was there anything interesting?
Nope.
No.
Oh, you're trying to get me to talk about what happened to me today?
Wait, what happened to you?
Ah, shit.
Well, now you have to bring it
Oh,
up.
right.
What happened to you,
Okay.
Todd?
I did
What
some.
turd in a punch bowl did you take?
I did some plumbing today, in the restroom area of my household, and I got piss all over me, and I fixed it without being a plumber, and that's it.
It's an achievement.
It is.
Sure.
Minus the pipe.
Todd, you get the handyman achievement.
I used YouTube and Reddit to help
We
me.
need a button for this and just or a sticker. A
Yeah.
sticker probably is more
Just
noticeable.
put it like right on my
Yeah,
forehead.
right on your forehead.
Great.
The
Achievement unlocked.
Achievement
Hey.
one.
achievement unlocked. Handyman.
Can we not talk about last week's games? Like games that we played at Sam's house? Like Fun Employee? Like is that even in the spectrum of
I mean, we can talk about whatever. I mean,
Okay.
but
Oh, okay.
I mean, this is generally what you do this week, not
Yeah.
what was fun stuff you did
Last
last
we
week.
can talk about it maybe a little later.
Alright, sounds good.
Yeah, but it was fun though.
It was.
It was a lot of
It was a
fun.
lot of fun.
I should have introduced myself as
Yeah,
Dickie Spreadums.
Yeah, you should have.
Dickie
That's what I was hoping.
And no one has any context for this.
No, not till later. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
All right. So now we're going to get to the news. It's a long wait. It's okay. All right. We have quite a few items today. Let's try to get through some of them a little quicker. But I know that some of these items are going to be things we're going to talk about for a bit. So the first one, which is probably one of the bigger ones this week, and again, it's been following a theme for the past couple weeks, is another closure of another studio. So Sony confirmed this week the closure of Evolution Studios. Their most recent game, for PlayStation owners, we Drive Club. The games
Before that, it was Motorstorm.
Before that was Motorstorm, which I really liked Motorstorm Apocalypse.
I played MotorStorm maybe 2 times, maybe 3 times at most. Like
Yeah.
I played it once, full run through. Second time it was just for my little cousins. Third time was setting it up for my little cousins. Did a race for them to show them how to play. Stop playing it. Then I went back and returned it because I never touched it again.
I liked Apocalypse because, well, that was when I bought into the whole 3D thing.
Yeah.
And I bought that 3D TV that came with the glasses and it came with a copy of the game.
It was fancy.
I love the game. It was pretty cool. Yeah, it was really
It was
awesome.
very fancy.
Super
the
cool
whole
TV.
setting for that game was just pretty cool.
Yeah, it was like in it was like in the Bahamas or something, and it was but it was the apocalypse was happening. Yeah, it was really cool. Well, the people behind that studio, the studio behind the game, is closing or has closed.
Has been closed.
Yeah, basically. There really wasn't a lot of information regarding the closure, but
I can only assume it's because Drive Club didn't sell well, only to its counterparts.
Dark Cup didn't sell well. Also, it had it was in development hell for a while, and
Dark Club actually got moved to another studio. Another studio is gonna continue taking care of it.
Yeah, because there's going to be more updates to the game, and there is a Drive Club PSVR experience coming too, which is
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I see the only the only racing experience that I knew that was coming to VR was Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
Which is Gran Turismo Sports. That's the only one that I thought.
Sport.
Which is basically just Gran Turismo concepts or future revamped. Which is one that I was telling Gus about last time. That I was like, oh, it's supposed to be Gran Turismo 6, but it's not Gran Turismo 6.
No, it's Gran
its
Turismo
own,
Sport.
Yeah. Well, that one's supposed to have like all the future concept cars of Dodge and all that stuff. That's going to go into, I guess, the VR area. And that's the only one that I knew of. I didn't know that they were making them VR.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
The development for it hasn't really been like in the spotlight.
They had a quick demo for it in some showcase.
Yeah, it was a couple.
Hey, if people like it, maybe we'll continue with it.
Yeah.
So so they closed down. They had some trouble development, and I mean, Drive Club went through a lot of delays and a lot of controversy when it came out because the PS Plus version, which was like promised, didn't come out. Did it ever? It did come out.
It did come out.
It was like way later.
Yeah, it was like
5 or 6 months later.
No, it was almost a year. It was like almost 8 months into the lifetime of the PS4. And it was supposed to be a day one release type thing. Yeah. And that's what everybody was hoping for because that's a free game that they got to play right after with their PS4, but they wound up getting Rasengan and a whole bunch of other stuff. And I think The Last of Us was a part of that.
Resogun?
Is it Resogun? I thought it was
Resogun.
Is from the manga.
There you go. Yes. Yes, it is. Rasengan.
But yeah, they closed down.
Bio.
And it's unfortunate. We've already seen a bunch of closures these past couple weeks, and the thing is, they're going to continue because the quarter isn't over yet. So, well, we hope it isn't going to continue, but the way it's going, it seems like it's going to happen.
From the source that I was watching, it's kind of like everything that's owned by Sony, they go through. Okay, what have you done? What have you?
They go through an assessment.
Yeah, an assessment. And if they don't pass it, they get cut back.
Yeah.
I think the year before or sometime back, their whole team had gotten cut in half. Yeah. They let go half of their staff. Mm-hmm. And this time around, nothing had changed apparently, or they still didn't meet Sony's standards.
So they're just like.
And so I'm sorry, we're
running choppy ass.
It makes me wonder about Ready at Dawn, who are the guys behind The Order. Because that game came out about a year ago, and I don't know. I don't know the numbers for it.
That game was good. It was very beautiful looking.
Yeah, I think.
I hope Sony still has trust in them, even though it sold amazing for the first week, and then afterwards it dropped.
It was a 3-hour game. That's the main.
Yeah, exactly. And then afterwards it dropped, and then people just sort of started giving up on it because it was one of those things where you played it once. I hope they continue to do what Killzone or what they did for Guerrilla Games, where they had trust in them. Because Killzone, the very first Killzone wasn't that long. It was maybe about...
Oh, I thought it was a great game, though.
It was a great game. It was like 6 hours maybe or so. But granted, that was...
6 hours is still decent in a storyline.
And that's on PS2 that it came out. Then on PS3, when they released Killzone 2, which was I think a year and a half later, Sony put their trust in Guerrilla Games.
Yeah.
Because even at that, Killzone 1 didn't sell that well. Because it had to compete against Call of Duty at the time.
And Halo.
And that's when Call of Duty was in its prime. That's when it was selling really well.
Sure, yeah.
Because that's when Call of Duty 2 and 3 were coming out and people were buying the Killzone. And then people were finding about Killzone, about, this futuristic sci-fi shooter style. And they were like, this is awesome. And then it caught on. But yeah.
Cool.
But I hope, Sony continues to put their trust in that.
As for Radiodon, I'm pretty sure they're gonna give them a chance to. They're probably doing it right now. You know?
It's probably show me what you got.
Yeah.
Show me what you're working with.
Well,
show me your boobs.
So
I'm sorry.
No, it's
I'm sorry. Show me your moves.
That's good.
Show me your boobs.
I think that with I know we're going off topic a little bit, but with the
That
order,
was a Captain Falcon reference.
was it?
Yeah, it was.
Show me your
Oh,
moves.
I'm terrible. I didn't go with Captain Falcon.
Show me your
Wow.
moves.
I didn't.
I have known Captain Falcon.
No, I know I did.
Okay.
I did, but I don't remember anything about Captain
Show
Falcon.
me your moves.
I mean,
That's his like.
the
catchphrase.
only meat that you ever got from Captain Falcon was like outside of F-Zero.
Yeah.
Like during.
I don't remember
Like-
playing F-Zero, anything of it.
It was
Even that during F-Zero, I think during
He never had a
No,
He never had a catchphrase. He never
I
talked.
thought he did.
It's just.
I don't think he didn't even have a model in game, really.
I'm not sure. On that one. I think at most.
No, I don't think he
sitting in the
did.
car.
Yeah, just in the car. He was just in the cover, no?
It was all about Smash. That's when Show Me Your
Yeah.
Moves came out.
There you go.
And Falcon Punch.
Falcon. Nukes everywhere.
Thanks, Mikey.
Yeah.
That was sexy.
Nukes are sexy.
Put that on the soundboard. Make that my noise.
You know what else is sexy? Or maybe, for some people?
Dragon Catcher.
Battleborn!
Wow!
Wow! What?
Dragon
Dragon
Jesus Christ!
Right, so Battleborn. What's going on with Battleborn?
Okay, so the next item on our list is Battleborn. According
Transition confirmed.
According to Gearbox, is having an open beta.
Yeah.
There's an open beta. It starts on the 8th on the PS4, and it starts on April 13th on Xbox One and PC.
Are you guys going to be participating?
I mean, yeah, sure, but this is for me. It's the kind of thing where now is the time for me to know whether I'm going to like it or not. This is their moment to shine in a time when they come out literally a week or two before Overwatch.
So here's the thing. I've come into the thought process and the ideas that have come from different people who are currently experiencing Overwatch.
Yeah.
Not Overwatch. Well, experiencing Overwatch and Battleborn.
Okay.
Apparently, according to and this was stated by Total Biscuit and their most recent co-optional podcast, that and is also solidified by Strippin and Dodger and a bunch of other people who are playing Battleborn, that they're not the same game at
Honestly.
all. They are. They should not be. They should not be
Not even
compared.
yeah.
They should not be compared.
Because one's a TF2 shooter and the other is a what's it called? MOBA-esque.
It's not even a MOBA.
That's why I said it's MOBA-esque.
It's not even.
MOBA.
It's not MOBA-esque.
No,
It has some.
So what is
some,
it?
it has some.
First-person shooter?
No. It has.
First person.
It has light MOBA qualities. It has certain things that are sort of like a MOBA, but it's not a MOBA at all. And in fact, it has a lot. It has a lot more features than Overwatch. For one, it has a single-player campaign. It has a level-up system that's persistent throughout the multiplayer, the single-player, and they have a lot of different like mechanics and things going on, and to the point where it's not like you play Overwatch because it's like a TF2.
Yeah.
You play Battleborn because it is like its own game. Like it has its
That's
own.
awesome.
It has great. Like apparently it has really cool story. The humor is like they're comparing the humor to like the Borderlands humor.
So okay.
Same
But-
writers.
But
It's
yeah,
true humor.
at the same time, it's apparently very funny. Like it's not tired.
Funny. Yeah, it's
not-
actually goofy.
It's not the tired battle.
It's
royale.
clever.
Yeah.
Now that
It's
I'm thinking
clever.
about it, when I played the alpha, I do remember some of that like storytelling, because I did experience some of that, like very, very, very little of it. Like I heard like some of the story tidbits of it for when I did play, but it wasn't like substantial. But some of it was fairly chuckable. Like it was a good, sensible laugh. type
And
thing.
on top of that, the characters, like they flesh them out thoroughly. Like not like Overwatch is doing, where sure each character
This
may
is a
have
guy
its
who's
own
cool.
thing,
Right.
but yeah, like
Well, isn't that why they're giving them their own miniseries in Overwatch? Like
well, yeah,
that's what they're
That's
giving
a
them.
way to
That's
flesh out the
what-
character.
yeah, that's the way that Blizzard is doing
Yeah.
it. The way that
Overwatch does it
that
though.
that
Or, sorry,
Battleborn, the way the Battleborn, like each character has like their personality.
That's awesome.
And so like this it's really got me thinking, you know, it isn't even fair like comparing them. Like it's not like it shouldn't be compared.
Sure.
Like because this isn't like I'm getting this from several sources, like 10 different sources who are playing Overwatch, who are getting into the beta, who are streaming it, who are experiencing it, that that Battleborn is its own beast.
Its own beast. Okay.
That's awesome.
So
that's really good news.
Yeah, that's and you know, which is great, you know, like
because I'm not gonna lie, I've had my expectations for the game are set so low at this point that I didn't want to pick it up. I honestly just did not want to pick it up.
And
so
TB is saying that you should pick up Battleborn because it is good, and that's coming from Total Biscuit.
Yeah, that's
the cynical Brit. You know, he has his views on a good game, and usually they follow a good standard.
Yeah.
So you know that's really my thoughts to put in on this whole, you know, because you know last week where you know all of us were like, oh well, you know, it shouldn't even come close to it should have been released last year, so it didn't have to deal with Overwatch and blah blah blah. But they're not there apparently, you know, because I haven't played it yet.
Yeah.
But apparently,
they're April 8th, not 8th. What was it again? 13th.
April 8th on PS4.
No, April 8th I was playing with them.
There you go. April 8th?
Yes.
It's at
13th.
I think that even with that said, which is great though, right? Because it's really, I think it really sucks when two games that are coming out around the same time and have a similar vibe in terms of it's a first person shooter, get compared that way. Like I remember back in the day it was something. Oh, it was like Prototype and Infamous. Like they came out they came out probably the same week, the first ones, and people were comparing them. Like you can't really compare them. And then Alan Wake and Heavy Rain came out like 2 weeks apart, and people were comparing them. It's like you can't compare those
I think
either.
that's what we're set.
This is what's happening because it already happened.
Mindsets, yeah.
And that's
we have mindsets to just compare certain games that come out around the same time.
And it happens to everyone. But now that you said that, it's great. But even then, that doesn't take away from Gearbox still has the hurdle that the perception right now is that there are similar games.
The majority thinks it's
and also like in a lot of ways, it's like people trust Blizzard as a company to put out a great game. You know, and you know, lately there's been a lot of scrutiny, you know, behind Gearbox. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I look forward to playing it because maybe it'll change my mind on it. I don't have a bad opinion on it right now. I just have a lesser opinion of it. You know, so
I have a bad opinion of it, unfortunately.
I was TB was explaining this one story mode thing where was it there's basically a big ass robot and it thinks it's a god. And so you have to feed your little robots. You have to basically guide them into the bigger robot. And then the entire time the god as a sacrifice, and then the entire time the god is like, do this or I will destroy everything. And it's like, but it's not a god, it's just a robot. So like that sort of humor is already appealing, and if it has that sort of flavor, and if it's going to be entertaining from a story perspective, like I'll definitely get it.
Now all it has to do is to deliver mechanically,
yeah.
which is important. It's very important.
Which I'm pretty sure is
which for the type of game it is, it's important.
Yeah.
And like the amount of heroes that do different things in that game is impressive. Yeah, it's impressive.
Their starting lineup is stupid already.
It's already 13, 14 characters?
More than that.
Probably more than that at this point. Yeah. But I think to cap it off, time will tell what everyone else thinks about the game. For me though, it's the personality is great, but I need to wait a little bit because right now the only thing in my mind around that time is Overwatch. I dig Overwatch. You know, it's about a month from now.
21 heroes.
21 heroes.
Jesus.
Yeah, for starting lineup.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's freaking awesome. That's 21 different ways to play the game.
Yeah. The best thing I can say is I need to see more from it, and I need to see how many people are going to play it.
That's also the thing too.
Because that's a game that I would play with friends.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I played the alpha alone. I didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't
hit you. Love the game, but people just weren't playing it. Yeah, and This can definitely be the case for either game. You know.
Yeah.
You know. But well, one more thing about Battleborn.
There are so many games coming out.
Yeah, there are. One more thing about Battleborn. It's an expensive hobby. It's going to keep getting more expensive.
All I can say is thank God Monster Hunter's coming out soon. Because once that comes out, I'm dropping everything.
You're going to drop everything else. You're going to spend less money.
I'm dropping everything like an old spoiled burrito. I'm dropping.
Not the veggie burrito. That thing's eternal.
That thing's in its current state at this very moment. It may as well be eternal.
I don't look for an expiration date on this.
I think it has one for a long time.
2020.
Holy shit. Yeah.
All right. As far as I'm concerned, that's next to Immortal.
Well, we'll probably eat it later today. One more thing about Battleborn is that it will
Marcus,
also...
thank you for the meal. We will be eating it later today.
Probably recording it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
God. Yeah. Recording that. Battleborn is going to require an internet connection at all times to play, which is not like crazy news, but
it's not on a portable system, so you know what? Okay.
Yeah.
It's on a thing that's in your house that probably has Wi-Fi connected onto it.
Majority of the time.
Still, it's the whole DRM free thing is still something that's it shouldn't it's better if something is DRM free.
Yeah.
But we're slowly starting to reach the point where internet is better.
Yeah.
It's better. It's more available. It's things like that. It's still the DRM subject is its own topic, so we won't cover it.
Sure.
But it's getting more you can almost apologize for it.
Yeah. I think that overall, I don't think it'll affect the game a lot, but it'll definitely keep people from who maybe aren't educated on the game, and once they see it's online only.
Yeah,
I can't buy it.
I mean, the division is also always online,
sure,
isn't it?
and it's sold incredibly well. But
so what's the problem?
Exactly.
DRM. It's a beast that the industry has been warring about for a very long time.
And not to mention that, like Capello said earlier, that the game does have a single player mode.
Yeah.
See, for that, I'd say, then why do I need the internet connection?
Exactly, and that's the problem.
When you're going to be playing with friends...
Then it makes sense that you need internet connection. So I'm just going to really quickly quote what one of the individuals from Gearbox said about this. Battleborn requires an interconnection to play, whether you play single player cooperatively with friends or competitively against others. All XP earned through the game's persistent progression system contributes to leveling up individual character rank, as well as player profile command rank. In addition, maintaining data integrity is a major priority for the team, and online gameplay permits players' data to be accessible even after experiencing a hardware malfunction or purchasing a new console. So that's basically it's honest, but it's a very PR thing to say too. Yeah. Most people are still going to say, "Well, I want to play single player offline." But
the thing is, they're going to have to store your character data somewhere for a reason.
Yeah.
For all your unlocks that you have. Granted, you can just store it on the system, but maybe they don't want to do that for the extra storage space to try and save you.
Also because people can cheat that way.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest issues.
It's something that the industry is going to have to work on, for a while now.
Leave it on pre-patch stuff and then just farm consistently on the pre-patch and then jump into
even going into the system itself and recoding and stuff shit like that. There's a reason.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure everyone has reasons.
Yep.
Raisins.
Nobody wants them though.
Nobody wants raisins.
Nobody wants raisins.
Those lying sack of grapes.
But you know what?
Boxes of grapes.
People who like Banner Saga have a reason to be happy.
A raisin to be happy.
A raisin?
No,
I didn't say that. I said reason.
God.
I said reason.
Yes, you said raisins.
Damn it.
We've been talking about raisins for the past 3 seconds, so
okay.
I have a raisin to be happy.
A raisin to be happy.
It's punny.
Developer.
Get with the segue, Todd.
Get with the segue.
The guys at Stoic, the guys and gals at Stoic, have confirmed that Banner. God, you people! God, you all messed up today. The Banner Saga.
Banner Saga, eh?
The sequel to the Banner Saga will release on April 19th, and you can pre-order it right now on Steam for $20, which is $5 less than the original was at release, which is pretty cool.
That's cool.
That's all I'm gonna say about it. If you haven't played Banner Saga, if you like stuff like XCOM or like Final Fantasy Tactics, check it out. It's cool. Todd related games. That I dig that shit. Also, Banner Saga it has a great soundtrack.
Because you're Todd.
It has a great soundtrack and it has beautiful art.
It's like that, XCOM, Final Fantasy Tactics are going to be the only thing on Todd's curated page.
Yes.
Forever.
Well,
Final Fantasy Tactics isn't even on Steam.
What about Advanced Wars? Is that your shit?
Yeah, I like Advanced Wars. It's the same people that made. Yeah. And Fire Emblem. All good shit. All right, moving on. This is kind of this is newsworthy. I wanted to add this in here. For those that know, or maybe you haven't heard of John Carmack, if you like gaming, or if you might have heard his name somewhere, he's basically the reason why id Software is a thing, why Doom is a thing, why a lot of first-person shooters are a thing. He is the person, the genius behind all this stuff. He's actually going to be handed a BAFTA, and for those that aren't aware of what a BAFTA is, it is the British Academy of Film and Television Arts, and he is going to be handed a fellowship award,
which is their highest honor.
Honor, and for a organization that maybe in the recent past has not, recognized video games and developers. That's pretty cool. And he definitely deserves it. He's a rocket scientist. Like, if you follow him...
Oh, he's legitimately a rocket
scientist?
Like,
he's legitimately a rocket scientist.
Oh, really? Oh, shoot.
Something like that. Okay. If you follow him on Twitter, you're not going to understand anything he ever says, even if he's talking about his dog.
Because that intellectual.
He's an extremely smart individual. Also, I mean, he's behind Oculus now, so he doesn't even work. He doesn't even work for it anymore. Dang. So he's one of the individuals behind Oculus, which is great.
That's crazy.
This man is a front runner for our livelihoods, basically.
The last hope of mankind.
Could be, but yeah. So he's winning that award. Congratulations to him. It's pretty great. I love that
awesome.
man.
This man.
He deserves it.
He deserves it, absolutely. Probably more than anyone in the industry.
Yeah.
Moving on. Something that
This man single-handedly brought us first-person shooters.
I mean, not single-handedly. Okay, maybe single-handedly.
And VR porn.
Well, he's probably not directly involved with VR porn.
Obviously, he's not directly involved.
Obviously,
but he is creating the software that is making it possible for us to use.
So imagine if there's like one day where he tweets like all the stuff you don't understand, but what he's really talking about is like, man, I enjoyed VR porn today. he's using numbers and all these equations.
He's using binary and stuff. Yeah, he's using binary.
Just so his wife won't see it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough. All right, guys. So this is something for you two, Benny and Capello.
Yeah.
So that March update that was supposed to come to Street Fighter that never showed up, it's finally coming. And it's going to come next Monday. It's going to be here Monday. But the thing is, it's going to be in 2 separate patches.
I am okay with that.
Okay. Do you wanna take this over?
Sure.
Take the reins, Capello.
So
choke that baby.
Yeah. Starting March 28th.
Don't choke the baby.
Starting March 28th, Street Fighter V will be having its March update, which will bring, I believe, challenges. The ability to do 2 out of 3 matches, some balance updates. Yes, online.
Is that for rank or
not rank? For both. You can do it in rank or casual, but the thing is, both people have to accept. That's the only bad thing.
That's okay.
How's that bad?
Well, it's a bad thing because if somebody wants to run away with their win, you can just run away with their win. But yeah, 2 out of 3 is coming, and some patch updates, some balance updates, and challenges. And then on March 30th comes the very anticipated character Alex, who came in from the Alpha. It wasn't Alpha. It wasn't Alpha, right? It was
Third Strike.
It's He was before. He was there before.
I think it was Alpha then.
Alpha. I think it might have been Alpha. Well, he's a very anticipated Street Fighter character.
I don't like his character. I don't like his suit.
No, I think his
how he's dressed.
I think his outfit is fine. I think his face looks like Vigo from Ghostbusters 2.
They had to put more accent on the face if actually looked like bland.
Yeah, probably.
Bland blonde character.
Bland bitch pudding.
Bland bitch.
So yeah, Alex is a cool character though,
Okay.
and on top of that, the store is finally coming out. However, it's doing so without Zenny, which is the paid,
Currency.
the real money currency that they're using. Now, the store is going to bring outfits. It's going to bring the character Alex, and it's yeah, that's the main things. But to apologize for people.
For the late update?
For the well, not really the late update. They did bring it March technically, but to apologize for the rough start and the fact that the season pass people won't be really getting Alex for free or the outfits, blah blah blah. And basically, as a show of good faith, they are giving everybody the outfits for Chun-Li and Ryu. The store.
Are those the sexy suits?
I think so. They're giving them
sexy
for
suits?
they're giving
Max calls
sexy.
it a sexy
No,
Ryu.
actually, it's the story mode one. So
Story mode?
it's the Chun-Li cop outfit and the Ryu original gi.
That's okay.
They're giving them for free
I thought it was gonna be sexy Ryu.
to
Is
everybody.
sexy Ryu bearded Ryu?
Yeah,
Is
it's bearded without a shirt.
Yeah, okay.
That's
That's sexy Ryu.
Sexy Ryu.
That is a sexy Ryu.
And on top of that,
Shut the fuck
until
up, Mikey and Benny. Continue.
the real money comes to the store, any character that comes out, any character update that comes out, so probably up till Ibuki or probably shorter, probably to Urien and Juri maybe, or Guile. I don't know which one's coming out first, but those characters will be for free until you can pay for them. And then,
sweet.
Yeah, until they shill out the Zenny, the Zenny update. So
whenever that hits.
yeah, so if you have Street Fighter V, you can play as Alex completely
For
free.
Maybe even the next character completely free.
Yeah, you can't get his story updates. Sorry, it's not his survival colors or his outfit, but you can play him for free. And you can get those if you pay fight money for them. So that's all the stuff that's coming in on Monday, starting Monday, and then 2 days after.
So I have a weird question. How much are the characters going to cost though?
Okay, so the characters are going to be 100,000.
In-game money.
And-
no life money.
Oh, I understand that.
They're
But
not gonna charge
okay,
$100,000
how long does it
for-
take you to grind those 100,000 though?
So if you do
200,000?
if you do story, the prologue story that you get base game, you get almost 200,000. So
Oh, okay,
they're
so
basically
that's-
giving you 2 of them for free.
For the
Yeah.
first time.
On top of that, if you do survival, you get around you get a lot. You get close to 5,000, 6,000
Per difficulty?
per difficulty. Yeah.
Per difficulty.
And then you get 1,000 every time you level up a character. And on top of that, the challenges that are coming are also going to give you fight money. So you can probably grind
Yeah,
out
different
at
methods.
least 300 or 400,000 or 400,000.
So what's the point of the Zenny then? Just for costumes then? For cosmetics?
No,
for characters.
Zenny is if you want to shell out money
For those characters
for
that
those
I haven't
characters instead of having to grind them out.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Shortcut it way through it.
Another thing is that
There's only
the costumes, the story mode costumes, are going to be available when the store comes out, and they're going to be 40,000 fight money each, which isn't terrible.
No, it's not. From what you're describing, that's chump change.
Yeah,
There's
something like
two
that.
sorts of monies in it, right?
Yeah, it's
There's
Zenny,
Zenny and then there's fight money.
fight money. Zenny is the real world, and fight money is the one that you.
Yeah, but like
grind
they're
out.
saying, like for 100,000, sorry, for 200,000 from the story, that's your favorite
Different
character that
character.
you train, or your favorite character that you use. That's like almost majority of their costumes.
Not per character.
No, I understand that. It's 200,000 in general from what you
for
complete. That's
all the
characters,
story.
yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's all the characters give you
All the
almost
characters put
200,000.
together,
we'll give you 200,000.
yes.
Yes.
That's the only time.
And that alone, that's a couple of costumes.
Yeah.
And that's what you
That's
want.
what I'm
Or
saying.
you can just save up and buy
And buy
characters.
characters.
Yeah, that's what you want.
For example, myself, I'm only really interested in 2, maybe 3 characters. I want Urien, I want Juri, and if Alex is good, I want
Shit,
Alex.
that's not here.
Yeah.
Well, you're getting Alex
So-
regardless for free.
Only until the Zenny is available.
So we'll jump on that,
Yeah.
essentially. If you're interested
once it's available, all the characters that are going to be available for free, they're not going to be free. They're going to be, you have to pay for them, either by fight money or by Zenny. So,
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the big news from Street Fighter. I personally have been waiting for this update for a while, mostly because I was really I want to know how Alex plays. Because he's a cool character, even though his face looks like Vigo from
that DDT or something.
Like you said, blonde pitch pudding.
We like blend. Well, no, he's
Alex,
cool.
sorry.
Yeah, Alex is a cool character. It's just that they made his face really weird.
I still got a picture of it.
Yeah.
He's a jagged man.
Jagged.
Gotcha.
Hard cuts.
Okay.
He's got
But I
that
want that
perfect chin.
DDT and stun gun headbutt so fucking bad.
I think stun gun headbutt is his
Super.
Yeah.
Stun gun headbutt.
Yeah, he
His
bashes his skull into your face until he gets stunned.
Yeah, and that move alone puts a giant chunk of stun onto your character.
It's probably not gonna work like that, but
No, it doesn't max out. You don't become stunned.
Yeah.
It puts
It
a
just
chunk.
consistently.
no, but like it's because it's a critical art. I don't think it's gonna affect the stun gauge because no other critical art affects the stun gauge that way.
Well, that's the thing. The move stun gun headbutt was made specifically for that.
do that, but I'm saying that
It depends.
It's probably not going to. If it does, that's cool because that's part of Alex's DNA.
That unblockable V skill though.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's gonna be fucking heavy.
Alex is an interesting character, but he
creates a counter chance.
He's a grappler, and I typically don't use grapplers, so yeah.
But that birdie though, and that Alex though,
Get all over that.
I can feel it.
I'm gonna mash my head into it until it gets stunned.
What?
Wow.
Stun bun head.
He's gonna face roll his fight pad until
it gets stunned.
until he gets stunned.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna stun my fight pad, fight stick.
His fight stick.
Speaking of a new story, Todd.
No, speaking of fights,
Speaking of fights,
there is a fight going on. I mean, not really, like not a physical fight.
There's a fight going on in Todd's soul because he hasn't played Street Fighter.
Yeah, I haven't played it, but I will soon. But there is a legal fight. That's our next story, which is kind of crazy. So the developer behind a very popular game called Ark Survival Evolved, which has been pretty big with streamers lately, or like for the past almost a year now, right?
Yeah.
On Steam, and it recently came out on early access on Xbox One. They've been hit with a lawsuit that could potentially lead to the game being pulled from Steam and maybe even Xbox. So the state
get that shit now while you can.
Yeah. Well, I
It's
mean,
gonna disappear from your memory.
I mean, I don't know.
Are they gonna PT it or like if you have it, you have it. That's fine.
I don't know. There aren't any details on that yet.
Details.
The only details are about the lawsuits. So basically, they're being sued by an entity called Trendy Entertainment, who is the studio behind Dungeon Defenders. I don't know if you guys have played the game. So they filed a lawsuit against Wildcard, which is the studio behind Ark, alleging that their former creative director, whose name is Jeremy Stiglitz, violated a no-compete clause in his contract because he was secretly working on Ark at a major capacity while he was still working for them.
Oh, he was moonlighting.
Yeah. Yes.
He was moonlighting at another company.
Yeah. Which is insane. Yes, it is insane, and it is a big deal for people that are playing the game or are really into the game, because if the case isn't dismissed by April 27th, the game could be in serious trouble. It is on that day that the court hears the arguments regarding this lawsuit. The game can be temporarily halted, the further development of the game, updates, stuff like that, and it can be pulled from Steam until that conflict is resolved. Right now, though, it is not known whether the Xbox One version would be affected too. I would assume yes.
Yeah, it's the title.
Yeah, this is kind of insane. I don't think there've been many cases like this in the industry, but it's kind of crazy. It's crazy.
That is very crazy. And you want to know
This is
what?
the first time I hear people getting in trouble for moonlighting.
I
That's a lie. That's already a lie because there's a reason it's called moonlighting. But it's the first time I hear of a game company or a person in a game company moonlighting and getting in trouble.
There was a case
With Silicon Knights, right?
Silicon.
Yeah, I was about to say that. They were behind Too Human.
Yeah.
If you remember Too Human.
So I mean, there's a reason why no competes are a thing, but I mean it's a shitty like
It's a bad
shitty
deal.
reason.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. Like they're obviously like if you people send it like game companies make no compete policies because they don't want somebody to steal their intellectual property while they're
still
developing another game. So like that is a reason unto itself, but at the same time like Dungeon Defenders and Ark Survival are not
Very different
they're
games.
not connected in any way.
shape or form.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's a really bad position for the people at
Especially considering how successful the game has been. It's
Yeah.
been extremely successful, you know.
Which one? Ark or
Yeah, Ark.
Ark has been very successful.
No, Ark. Well, as of this point, on Microsoft Store, it's been extremely
Yeah.
successful.
I mean,
I'm
the
pretty
game-
sure even more successful on Steam.
Especially on Steam, where it's a game that's in a crowded genre and a
Yeah.
market. It you know it's very
is doing
it
good.
distinguishes himself from the rest of them, and it helps if you have big streamers streaming your game.
Yeah.
You know,
And which a lot of people do stream it.
a lot of people do stream it.
What it really feels like, which is really shitty, and I don't really believe Trendy would be like this, but it really feels like, you know, Trendy looked over at Ark Survival and they saw that, you know, their lead creator was making something. They were like, well, maybe we can get some of that money.
Sure. Yeah.
It feels
Shitty
that
thing,
way,
yeah.
But I mean, it's not necessarily that, you know. Like no competes are a thing for a reason.
Yeah.
And but even that, like,
Yeah.
there's such different games.
They are.
Actually, one of the most recent cases, something like this was actually with John Carmack. When he left, or while he was working, because at that point it was purchased by Bethesda. So while he was, you know, still working for them, that was when he was starting to get himself involved with Oculus. And then he left it to work for Oculus, and Bethesda put a lawsuit on Oculus because apparently that he had stolen information and technology that helped them create
the
Oculus. So that, I think that's already got debunked. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of bullshit, but I understand why. It's a business thing. That has nothing to do with the development side. It's completely business.
It's business, yeah.
So I just thought that's an interesting story.
Businessmen doing business.
Businessmen doing businessmen,
By the
yeah.
way, have you touched up on Dungeon Defenders like at all? Like random, you know?
I haven't played anything.
You're like, oh, that's
I've been-
true. You've been working.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of getting sued, Jim Sterling is.
Oh my god! Did we talk about that last week?
We didn't. We
did.
Oh.
Jim Sterling is getting his ass sued.
Oh
right
wait,
now.
we did.
Well, we
mentioned it.
mentioned it, but I think we were gonna leave that for another.
Yeah, I didn't add it here.
Some more stuff. Or what was this?
So there haven't been any developments. I guess we'll talk about that briefly. There haven't been any developments there, but so he's being sued by Digital Homicide, who makes some really shitty games. There is no, and I say this right now. There is no reason to like be on their side. They make shitty games. They're not very nice people.
Yeah,
and
not professional.
Not professional at all. And apparently they can't take a critic talking about their fucking game because that's what Jim Sterling does.
Yeah.
And you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. Do you see any of the hundreds of other developers behind the games that he covers doing that to him? No. Maybe takedowns, but not a lawsuit. You know, granted, that exchange has been ongoing and strenuous, and sometimes, you know, a little verbal, but you know, it's the internet.
We'll talk about it more in depth when there are
more
major
developments.
developments.
But yeah, that is something that's going on right now, and I think one of the last, because obviously Jim Sterling isn't allowed to talk about anything, but the tweet that he put out when this happens, like, he's very confident, he's not worried about it, which I'm pretty sure he's got everything under control.
Yeah.
But yeah,
they really don't have a case.
No, they don't have a case against him. So the next item is involving Pokemon Go.
Okay.
Long awaited by a lot of people. Personally, not really, but hey, I know a lot of people are.
Be the very best to know what ever was. Mikey, shut your mouth. You don't play Pokemon.
That is very true.
But that theme song, I know it, and I've seen the
cool,
show.
yeah.
So
You've seen the show, but you didn't. You've seen the show, but you didn't play the game.
You know, I've seen the show, and I used to play the game, but I don't remember the theme. So.
I remember the theme. I love the theme. The theme is very catchy.
So they have.
Mike, I feel bad forbid you from wearing any Pokemon related stuff.
I don't wear anything.
I'm sorry, I don't have to take anything in your room that's related to Pokemon.
I don't have anything Pokemon related.
It should be added that I'm counting Sonic as the Pokemon.
That's like my whole collection.
I'm sorry, the garbage fire has already been
No.
started.
I want in on that.
So,
Gingerly
going back to
Sonic
Pokemon
into
Go.
the garbage
So
fire.
now you want to go back on track. Okay.
I don't want my shit to get burned.
All right. So the people at Niantic and the Pokemon company.
By the way,
Yeah.
in regards to the company that's making Pokemon Go, Pokemon Go.
Pokemon gum.
Pokemon Go.
Oh, I feel that's chewy. Good flavor.
Good
It's
flavor.
great flavor. Anyways, the company that's making Pokemon Go, I didn't know they had another game already out called Portal or something like that. And I found out about it by total accident from a woman that went into the store one day and she's like, yeah, I'm buying Pokemon to get ready for Pokemon Go. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You're interested in that kind of stuff. Very cute girl. The only reason why I was talking to her. But wow, that was really shallow of me. I'm so
very,
sorry.
very one-sided.
I know.
Keep going.
Anyway,
Just paint this garbage picture.
I'm sorry.
Just-
We're gonna make note of it real quick. Now we know the real Mikey. He likes shit like Sonic, and he talks to girls because he's shallow.
Yeah.
He's the scum of the internet.
Mike,
Why do we have him on this podcast?
Mike, I think you should crawl into the dumpster fire right now.
Burn myself.
Say you jumped in trying to save Sonic in the dumpster fire and died and run with it that way.
You'll
I
have a
should've-
better image of yourself.
It'll look heroic, and
That's
that way
like,
we'll look up to you.
That way, when you
Give
go,
us a
that's
hero.
way when you go to Valhalla, you're just not Odin's toilet paper.
Quickly, Mike,
Wow.
just slowly into the dumpster fire. It's okay.
Found out that they made this game called Portal that is apparently huge here in McAllen. Like, ridiculously big. Like, a lot of people play it. Like,
Like,
oh,
okay,
ridiculous.
it's big.
Yes, like, it's really big. So this company
Well-
apparently made this game, that game is extremely good. So I have a lot of confidence in Pokemon Go. And this might be my very second Pokemon title that I might pick up. First one, I picked it up, which was Pokemon Yellow, played it for all of 10 minutes, got bored of it.
Oh, you're a piece of shit.
So
I am demanding you crawl into that dumpster fire. Capello, help me.
so is this Portal game like Portal good? Like Valve Portal good? I'm just saying.
No, it doesn't
it's
work like that.
Portal.
So the way this game works...
No, that's okay.
Oh,
His shit.
Okay, actually, I want to know now.
okay,
What is it?
so the way
this
this game
game,
works,
what
it's
is
an
it?
app game. So you can download it on your phone.
Okay.
And you can... you go to specific locations around town, and there's these portals. Around
Like
these specific...
geocache
That
angle?
was some practicing
yes.
for Pokemon Go. That's
No,
all
wait.
that was.
That was what?
That was a test for Pokemon Go, isn't it?
No, this has been around a lot longer before Pokemon Go,
To
apparently.
prepare for Pokemon Go.
Maybe.
That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
they're trying this technology to see how it works, and hey, maybe if we pick up national points and this and that and put stuff in there.
Yeah.
So, guys, there's news about Pokemon Go, by the way.
Yeah,
Well,
but
yeah.
what did happen with Pokemon Go, Todd?
That's okay. We'll go right into it. I'm gonna take this right from their statement. Let's see. Okay, so we know that the main goal in the game will be to catch the Pokemon, right? That's kind of obvious. Basically,
Play the game to catch the Pokemon.
yeah.
Yes.
Basically, how it works is that you have the app installed, and a Pokemon is near. When a Pokemon is near, your phone will vibrate. Okay, and once that happens, you'll be able to use the touchscreen
Portal technology.
to throw a Pokeball at the creature or the Pokemon. I'm sorry, and to attempt to catch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's like the super. Like they didn't release a lot of information. That was just the basic of it.
That's
There's
the best way I can explain is that's Pokemon.
That's Pokemon.
Yeah.
There was something else about it, wasn't there?
Yeah,
Something
there's
about making gyms.
there are going to be
Yes.
like things in special locations.
Contrary to
and-
popular
Yeah,
belief,
there's-
Mikey.
There's going to be. Let's see.
You don't go to a gym to work out. You go to a gym to fight monsters.
Fuck yeah.
They're
That's
trying.
why next time you go to a gym, take your cock.
They're trying to make you
What?
go.
Mike, get your mind out of the gutter. Next time you go to the gym, you take your cock.
Okay.
We cock fight.
Okay.
Okay.
They're,
I got it.
they're trying. Well, I mean, this is something that's going to require people to like move around and stuff because it says in the statement
Good.
that they want people to go to visit public places and like historical landmarks and monuments and stuff.
Yes.
Which is that's cool.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that like half of the people that play Pokemon are going to want to leave their room, but
Oh, they'll do it.
No,
for
they
this.
will.
fuck
You
will
don't,
do it.
Todd.
Okay.
You don't understand Pokemon
So-
culture.
not 100% no.
If their Pokemon were real, Benny and I would be like 100 pounds skinnier.
And I would never see you guys again. I'd probably never see
No,
you.
I would have
They
died
were
trying to
traveling around
capture
the
a poisonous snake,
Yeah,
which I do.
I believe it.
So going back on that historical landmark thing in that Portals game, the McAllen's Convention Center has around 35 to 60 portals. So if you put that in Pokemon perspective, that could be anywhere to 35 to 45 Pokemon.
Is that why there's so many fucking people there all the time?
Because of
I never understood it.
Game. So the way those portals works is that you do a specific little side mission there with those portals. It'll give you currency in the game that allows you to buy different weapons, and you can also go and fight other players.
Oh,
and I guess that's where the battling aspect
The McAllen Convention Center is going to be the fucking hub.
Yep. It is.
Well, at least it's nice.
Well, that's the only place that the girl was
of
describing. There's apparently a lot more places around the valley.
That's not going to be the hub because the world is supposed to be the hub.
Well, no.
But there will be like small hub areas in every region.
That's probably going to be a main gym.
Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows? But I can't wait to go like, let's say, to the wildlife reservation or something.
Like Santana Refuge?
Yeah, like Santana Refuge.
That'd be pretty
Or
cool.
go to, like, let's pretend I go back to New Mexico and the game is out, and I go to the National Forest.
The game is called
National
Ingress,
Forest.
not Portals.
The Carlsbad Caverns is probably going to have a lot of Zubat.
The thing is,
the game has a lot of potential to be crazy.
No signal in there. Well, maybe in the entrance, but once you get to the bottom,
there's nothing.
You probably won't go in.
The name of the game is Ingress. My bad, it's not Portals. It's Ingress. In case you guys just...
I would imagine they would have gotten sued a long time ago, or asked to change it.
Yeah,
because Portal.
Because business. Because businessmen doing business things.
And Valve would win.
Yeah.
And Valve would win.
So back to Pokemon and leaked stuff.
Well, it's not leaked information. This came out. This information came off the heels of the leaked stuff that came up from South by Southwest.
Take Todd over there, and he could fix the beats.
No, I'm not gonna do that ever again. I don't want to do
He doesn't want shit spewed on him.
This time, it wouldn't be
actual
biomatter spilled onto you. It would be
information.
Digital matter.
I like that.
They turn you into a Digimon.
I'll eat that up.
They turn you into a Digimon.
You'd be sucking up the pipes to get it.
Okay, no.
So that's some horrible imagery.
It is.
Marcus, are you getting this? This is horrible.
He's drawing it out right now. Oh, right now.
So, Marcus, I changed it. Aside from that selfie, I want you to draw Todd sucking on pipes.
I was waiting for that so bad. That's why I'm over here coughing and laughing at the same time.
Sucking on restroom pipe.
We could make it the thumbnail. For
Yes, Marcos, please send it in. I will pay you $5 for that, please.
See, this way you sort of cover the other costs.
for that and the candy and the Band-Aids. You know what? This is gonna be him literally walking down the street. He's gonna stop because you address him like, sounds good.
Yeah,
like, okay.
Continue with the right thing.
He gets home when he does that.
Marcos, please. Please, Marcos. I need this.
No.
Do you need
So,
also, Marcos, tell us where you are currently, at least at this very moment. Hopefully not in China or Beijing. But we might send you stuff. Who knows?
Might.
I could send you random pictures of Todd in his sleep.
Wow.
That
Okay.
might work.
I've got an old photo, one of those
just send me a text.
Polaroid.
Oh, okay.
We can put them in we can mail him Polaroids of Todd while he sleeps.
Todd is asleep.
We'll figure out how to climb his roof just like Marcos. No, we'll ask Sam. Sam knows how to
It's not that
climb
hard. You going through the back? Is it weird that I know that?
No, it's not.
Okay. You going through the
The
back?
thing is, you're letting Todd know, so now he's gonna place knives and stuff around there.
Yep.
He
Broken glasses.
Because that's the way he sneaks out of his own window.
Yep.
We'll tell his mom, and his mom will put broken glass and knives.
Okay, she would have no reason to do that, but alright, let's relive again a little bit. So yeah, that was some information released about
Something
about
leaks, yes.
about Pokemon Go, which is not a lot to go with, but it's enough to give you an idea, and also I think a lot of people had like these crazy ideas of what it was going to be, and I hope their like expectations are a little tempered, you know.
No.
Yes.
No, I still want
yeah.
crazy ideas. Cause
Okay. I just think that it's not going to happen.
I'm pretty sure.
I want to find
Look,
solace in knowing that I can go to a station or a power plant that I'm gonna go work at,
Yeah.
and I'm one of the few people that can get.
Oh, that one Pokemon.
It's not gonna work like
That's
that.
what I want.
I'm not gonna put anything in restricted access.
But I
It's
want
all
it.
It'll be
But
public
I really
areas.
want it.
It's all gonna be public areas.
Yeah.
I really need it.
All right.
Inject it straight into my veins.
We will. I'm pretty sure there'll be more information in the near future for this.
You
It's
know
going to come out this
what?
year.
It's the first time that I've heard
Like legit information
in
on
a
it.
while.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that I didn't go the way of the Google Glass where it just mysteriously disappeared.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about it.
No, this is the kind of thing they can't afford to disappear.
No exists.
Yeah.
All right.
I found that weird because they never said anything about it.
It just already dropped.
They're working on another Google
They
Glass
jumped it in the back
prototype.
alley and hoped that no one noticed.
It's like, shh, we'll take away your pain.
It was in the same alley where I started that dumpster fire and I slowly placed all of
My
stuff
stuff,
in
that's
there.
me in there.
Well, I'm demanding you.
I can see Mikey like jumping in at slow
So
motion.
that
Like,
way you wouldn't have to commit murder. I suicide.
so Mikey's
No. You didn't suicide. You jumped in trying to save your stuff. You died heroically. You're now a hero.
so Mikey's going in. It's slow motion. He's like, you just hear him. Hello,
My
darkness,
stuff.
my old friend. All right, Pokemon.
Look back to leaks and sucking on pipes.
Well, no more of either. We have 2 more stories on our list. This one is for all you LOL
League of Legends.
lol people.
Legends.
This one,
Or just League of Legends in general.
just
Lol.
I think no. This is
Lol.
esports in general.
Okay.
This is an interesting one. It definitely shows. I think it's going to show the maturity of esports going forward. So there's a couple of shoutcasters, aka DOA Papa Smithy and Monte Cristo. I guess I don't
players?
These are
No,
shoutcasters,
shoutcasters.
which were players probably at some point. I don't know them. Maybe somebody does. They are.
Streamers,
Yeah.
And that's how they become shoutcasters.
They're boycotting the upcoming mid-season invitational in Shanghai over some wage disputes with Riot.
Oh.
So
essentially going, what the fuck? These guys are getting paid way more.
Yeah.
Why are we getting
Shit.
peanuts?
yeah. So basically,
It
the
makes sense they make the dollar.
the caster said that
Peanuts.
after reviewing freelance casting rates across esports in general, they determined that Riot's first offer was, I quote, approximately 40 to 70% of the rate received by talent for major events, unquote. They also rejected a second offer from Riot, said it was far below industry standard in 2016. So, I saw a lot of comments when I was reading this stuff, like, oh, whatever, they're just, they're League of Legends casters, like they're doing this passion. It's a passion. They shouldn't be like. Some people believe they shouldn't be paid for. It's like, no, it's a job.
That's bullcrap. That is complete bullcrap.
It's garbage. People do this in like traditional sports, and they get paid for it.
You don't see the newscasters saying, "I do this because I like it."
Well, they do like it, but they do it because it's their job.
I get a lot of money for saying this is the weather.
Yeah.
This is like people who do like. God, it's not even cast. It is casting, sports casting. People who do sports casting.
It's commentary.
Job. League of Legends gets more viewers than a lot of like
Traditional sports.
Sports, and those sportscasters, they get paid well.
They get paid well.
Yeah. They get. It's there's no reason. Like, it is a legit job. Like, they should be paid what they deserve.
They're professional individuals. They dress up professionally. It's a professional setting. It is a tournament.
It's not an
athletic setting,
and it's not a job that anyone can do.
No, it's not. It's difficult.
Just make a union.
And you know what?
I think they could.
That should be something that they should do.
It should be basic.
Yeah.
Does
Demand dental.
Is there sportscasters?
I have no idea. I wouldn't know too much about that.
Sure.
I don't
The
think
thing
so.
is that they're comparing it to freelance, the freelance casters, like how freelance casters get paid. So, unfortunately, if it's just a bunch of freelance casters that they're comparing it to, there's really not a lot that you can unionize. On top of that, unionizing takes a lot of like money and effort and stuff, and that's.
And some people don't like the idea of joining a union either.
Yeah.
Well, I found it really interesting. It definitely shows that esports as a whole is maturing. It's becoming bigger, and people expect more from it from at the professional level.
Well, you know what? Good.
That's great. Yeah, just like how a couple months ago, I think we talked about that they were doing drug testing for the players.
That's fine.
And for a second, I was like, man, like this is such a stain on this. Like, people already have this like idea that esports is kind of a joke. This makes it more, but like no, but then I thought about it again. I'm like, well, no, it legitimizes it more because
it makes it look more professional.
It makes it look more professional.
In the eyes of, what is this? People playing games for sport?
Yeah. Oh wait, the drug testing? Holy shit!
Drug testing and their people are getting paid.
Yeah.
I guess it's not just
exactly
a silly show.
Yeah. So, like, I don't follow League of Legends or any of these casters, but I hope that they get what they want, what they deserve.
Yeah.
And I hope that
if there is an average, like all of the people who need casters should at least pay that average.
Yeah, exactly. Also, it's Riot.
Yeah.
They have fucking money to blow. They just bought a studio last week or the week before.
Yeah, they did.
Riot can wipe their asses with $100 bills. Like pay your
on a daily basis.
Yeah.
All the employees in the office.
Pay your
even the dog.
Their dogs, yeah, especially their dogs. They buy monkeys to wipe the asses for their dogs with $100 bills.
And they pay the monkeys a wage.
Jesus, that's the life. That's the life of a dog.
And a monkey.
But I'm gonna go buy a raccoon tail and say I'm a dog. Hopefully they'll take me in. I want my own monkey wiping my ass.
With $100 bills.
That'd be a little weird. As long as he does the plumbing for me in the bathroom, because I don't want to do any of that anymore.
Maybe he'll suck the pipes for information.
Sure, you know what? He can do whatever he needs to do. All right, last
information, just to be clear.
Last story.
Last bit of information.
Last bit of information on this list. It's gonna mention it really quickly. So, Telltale Games confirmed in an interview with Mashable that The Walking Dead Season 3 is coming later this year, and there'll be more information at Comic-Con International. Yeah. And that's it. I'm not really I stopped playing Walking Dead a long time ago, but I know there's a lot of people that still love that.
There is a fatigue with Telltale games that's happening, and
I agree with you.
I think maybe have only that game come out would be okay.
This is the thing, and I don't want to get...
They've been juggling like what?
Yes, a ton of them, and that's the problem, and I don't want to get into it too deeply.
Batman, Borderlands,
Wolf Among Us, Game of Thrones, Minecraft. This is the thing. They're trying to stick to a schedule, and there's so many properties that they're involved with, and they're not a big team. But what's the craziest thing to me is that they've been very, very successful. I'm pretty sure they're profiting very well from this. The games sell a lot. How come they can't fix the engine that their games run? Because
there's no time.
It's incredibly. It's so bad. Like
the game is taking a shit every time a cutscene happens.
Basically, when I played Borderlands, when I played Game of Thrones, even when I played The Wolf Among Us, which I love The Wolf Among Us, they all are like they play like shit. They're terrible. But you just stick to them. But it's gotten to a point where like, the story's good. But like for me personally, like, I never finished for the first season of The Walking Dead because I lost interest. Also because the game had bugs. The game was buggy, and I lost my first save. So I was like, well, I don't want to go back to this. They need to fix their engine before they start releasing more stuff, in my opinion. And then Batman's coming up. They can't fuck that up.
The thing is, they're making so much stuff and working on so many things that there's no time to fix it.
There is no time.
So keep praying that people will say, oh, that's just the thing that happens with these type of games. That shouldn't be an excuse.
No.
Please work on your shit. Please fix it.
Either way,
next time the game doesn't take a 5 frame a minute shit.
Ridiculous.
And lose your save.
And this is crazy. So this is season 3, but there is an in-between season 2 and 3. It's just called Walking Dead Michonne, and that hasn't even finished yet. And they're already doing this, which is insane to me.
They're going to... I'm waiting on them to just burn out because they have too many things happening.
I think people will get tired of it eventually. I think people are getting tired of it. There is that fatigue, you know. I made an exception for The Wolf Among Us because I loved it, but that's it.
Wolf Among Us,
it's fantastic.
Doesn't excuse it for taking a shit.
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. At this point, they should take care of all that stuff.
Saying I'm sorry, that's just how the game runs, isn't an excuse.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for the news. Thankfully, this is a fairly tame list compared to the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Last week was insane. Well, there was
crazy news.
There was some depressing stuff. There's a lawsuit. There's a closure.
And then a lot of okay, never mind.
So what's next in the podcast?
We're gonna get to our main topic, and that is once again Capello's topic because Capello always brings interesting shit to the table. So I posted the video up on base in case so people can like maybe follow along. But Capello, this is your topic, so you go ahead and take it over.
All right, so today's topic is brought to you by the wonderful people over at PBS Digital at their Idea channel, which is an excellent channel.
You should be.
Be watching. Yeah. Thankfully, Mike Ragnetta saved me from the drudgery of finding a a topic in this week's sort of dry, this almost
interesting topic.
It was just an interesting topic, and it's not that I really couldn't find anything else. It's just like nothing really caught my eye this week. So kudos to you, Mike. Thank you very much. And this week's not you.
I know.
You don't make videos for
you don't contribute.
Get
You don't play Pokemon.
I'll get my garbage fire.
All right, so this week's topic, and hopefully Todd will remember to put the link in the description.
I'll do
is does One Punch Man ask us what we want from our heroes? And this video basically covers the anime One Punch Man, very popular, very good.
Yeah,
Manga
it's one of those where
great.
if you haven't seen it, you should see it.
It's still
to be continued show.
it's up. Yeah, it's updating.
Continuing.
The manga,
it's consistently
To be
updating.
continued show.
Yeah.
the manga has been updating as of recently. So I'm gonna give the audience some time to go look at this video before we actually get into the main question that I want to ask. And so go ahead, pause this podcast, go to that video, and give it a look-see. It's only like
About 10 minutes, yeah.
That's only 10 minutes. So once you're done, come back here, and we'll be talking about it.
Do your homework, Marcos.
All right. So the question that Mike asked us at the end is, what makes a true hero, and what does it look like we want from our heroes? So this is in lieu of superhero season.
Yeah.
And that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to bring this topic to the podcast, is because superhero season is here. It's been it started with Deadpool. There was a kind of a large gap. Like, do you remember?
About a month.
Was it before Deadpool? Like, what was the last superhero?
If it was a Marvel thing, I didn't watch it before that. I don't know. I think it might have been.
Maybe was
no
it
idea.
Avengers? Was Avengers the last one?
Guardians of the Galaxy?
Oh no! Guardians of the Galaxy was like 2 years ago. Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
Shit, has it really been 2 years?
Since Guardians, yes.
Yeah.
I have yet to see that movie.
So yeah, we got Ant-Man in 2015. Was it 2015?
Yeah, Ant-Man was last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that basically ended last year's superhero season, and we started up again this year with Deadpool, Batman vs Superman, which just released on Thursday, and on its heading out, we're also getting Avengers Civil War.
Yeah.
So
Captain America Civil War.
when we look at these superheroes, we have to think about what they represent and what they really inspire and why they're so popular. And this idea is just really right on the nose for a lot of things. So let's get down to it. What makes a true hero, and what does it look like we want from our heroes? And are they one and the same? So One Punch Man, Saitama, the main character of One Punch Man, is also known as Cape Baldy. He is maybe the strongest hero
Most broken
ever.
Yeah.
Super OP.
Super OP.
Ridiculously
He's in at least in his universe, he is the strongest.
Okay.
There's no one that can beat him. He beats all of his opponents in one punch.
Not even the beats, it's more like obliterates.
I mean,
But that is generally praise slaughtered.
So
in one punch.
Saitama is a parody. Like, the entirety of One Punch Man is a parody that's compared to other things in the genre, like shonen, basically. DBZ, Yu Yu Hakusho,
Blech.
Bleach.
What?
For those of you wondering, no. That name should not be talked about. For those of you wondering, I'm sorry, I can't tell you. Blech shall remain Blech.
Okay.
Anyway.
Back in the dumpster.
Saitama is a character who is completely and absolutely overpowered, but he's a boring character, and it's this way deliberately. Like even his backstory, as Mike Granetta points out, he basically did setups and
business salaryman who hated his life and decided, you know what, I want to be a superhero. So he quit his job and he did 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and ran a couple of miles each day.
Every day.
And achieved it
in 3 years.
In 3 years.
In 3 years.
He became. This is how he became the most powerful being in the universe.
I'll get started right now then.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, really true. That's what everybody's been saying.
Start right now and become Overlord in 3 years.
Yep.
And Saitama is put side by side, but with all of these characters that are far more interesting.
Bonkers, crazy, interesting.
Yeah, they're
Flawed though.
Flawed,
obviously,
and some of them to the point where they don't even do anything.
No, they don't. They really truly don't.
They're
just the sad part.
Like the heroes of his universe are his complete foil. Like they could never reach his level of
amazingness,
of like sheer power. But they're
so much more interesting.
They're far more interesting. So this brings up a very good question. You know what do we look for in our heroes? Like why are they heroes? And what really makes a hero? Because one of the most interesting things about the Idea Channel questions was that we call firefighters and scientists and social workers and all of these people heroes, but we only call them heroes in the moments of their achievement. Like otherwise they're almost fleeting in that they're heroes.
Yeah.
So compared to say like a celebrity, like even like Mike makes the point of even a celebrity is
quote unquote
even the lowest brow celebrities are heroes because they made it. You know, they did the work, like they got the fame, they basically like they made it. Yeah. So that they're heroes.
And it's like
no, but I forgot his name. Joe, no, but he made it.
Biggie Mike. Biggie Mike. Wow.
Biggie Mike.
No, not Biggie Mike.
But like he made a one-hit wonder. He got super up there.
Yeah.
He made it. He might as well be a hero.
It's like celebrities in a lot of cases are continuously viewed as heroes, and like it's like Capello said, there are people who do real work, that
threatening work, and are called the heroes
that are productive to humanity. Yeah. Like they're not noticed along the way. They're not noticed in their efforts. Only like he says, when that achievement is made. When you hear about
that had essentially almost passed out from fire,
or the astronaut I think his name was Kelly that just recently came down from the space station. I'm pretty sure no one else paid attention to him. I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't even know about him. And then the moment where it's like, oh, he came down, he succeeded in his mission, his job. Oh, he's a hero, and they'll forget about him for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
Compared to someone, say like Robert Downey Jr., who who is someone that Todd isn't very fond of, but at the same time. He has a redemption story. He has the fame. He got he fell and then he rose, and people consider people basically like they celebrity worship him because of his
achievement
of his achievement, and he continues to be in the limelight despite him like not contributing to society like Stephen Hawking or Albert Einstein,
where they achieved like amazing feats in technology or scientific discoveries.
I would say Albert Einstein is probably almost to the point of as a scientist he is at the celebrity point because he's an icon.
Yeah.
But really,
modern day scientists doing shit right now. They're unrecognized.
Yeah, so really, like it goes to show like what is how we view our heroes. What is the value of someone who just has the talent, who just has the, like Saitama, like he didn't do almost anything, and he became the most powerful person in the world, but at the same time, like because he doesn't struggle, because he doesn't. He doesn't need to put in any more effort. He's in the show.
He's unrecognized.
Yeah, in the show, he is unrecognized. He is often heckled. He is often like the crowd doesn't like him.
No, they're like, who are you and why are you here? Get the bigger heroes here.
Mm-hmm.
And the bigger heroes in the show are the ones that, like you said, they don't do anything. Or they don't really have a major significant
They're very flawed characters.
They're very flawed characters.
Mm-hmm.
To where, like, for instance, the main one that's mentioned in the video that you gotta watch is Munman Rider, which is the unlicensed bicycle rider guy. He doesn't have any significant power. He doesn't have any super strength or anything. This is just a guy that wears bicycle pads, rides a bicycle, shows up to a scene, and it's like, yo, quit harming my citizens, I want to mess you up. But in reality, the monster's like, ha, slaps him across the face, and he's like half dead. Saitama shows up, kind of pulls the monster away from the crowd of the people that he's trying to save, beats the monster in one punch, but Moonman Rider is the one that gets all the recognition because he's the one that took the initial hit.
Yeah.
The first hit, the one that everybody saw.
And this is how we view our heroes constantly in media, and it's not this it's the same for almost any hero that comes up in geek culture, in the comic books and the movies. A great hero is one who struggles.
Yes.
Is somebody who like how people view our DJ. He went to jail. He had a cocaine and a drug problem, but he kicked it. He kicked it. He got into Iron Man. It exploded his career, and that's why people like him.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, it's a great hero is someone who struggles in the eyes of almost everybody. So when someone comes around who just who's born effortlessly, I don't even know if Kanye was born in a rich family, from a rich family.
Wait, Kanye West?
Kanye West, yeah.
Oh, God.
Kanye West hasn't. I don't know him struggling.
Yeah, I
have no idea.
I don't know if he struggles.
Someone who hasn't struggled.
Shit, fuckers sending tweets to people saying, "Hey, give me money and I'll make an album
for you." Well, I guess someone you can compare as far. Granted, they're not a hero. They're far from it.
Well, that's why I'm
wrong. It's really weird to compare this.
Oh, that's a good example, actually.
Yeah.
But he has a lot of money. He came off straight from the bottom. Well, not from the bottom. He came off straight from the top. He's extremely boring. People love him to a degree, I guess.
No,
very minute people love him.
Well, here's he has a small he has a small but extremely vocal audience.
Yeah. And terrifying.
Yeah, which is terrifying. But in the Trump is a perfect example because he never had to struggle, so people hate him.
Yeah,
people there's just his views and his. The people maybe had some viewed him as some form of entertainment when he was doing television, but now that he's in the limelight, people do not like him. Anybody with a rational, sound mind will not will just throw everything that comes out of his mouth away.
Yeah,
these are just the views, the personal views that have shaped our heroes today, the Superman, Batman, Captain America.
Can't be a hero without your parents dying.
They struggle,
That was a struggle. Batman got his parents shot in an alley. He didn't get his parents shot, but his parents got shot.
But the thing is,
in an alley.
Batman. Oh,
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne has always had a high set of money, but the thing is,
his struggle was that his parents died in front of him.
Which caused him to.
Somewhat maniacal.
Motive.
Spider-Man had
important.
Uncle Ben.
And so
he ate shit really hard.
Also, Spider-Man didn't come. Peter Parker didn't come from like a wealthy family.
No,
he
he
didn't.
didn't.
Also, he wasn't born into his
Yeah.
powers and
He
stuff.
ran into power and he had to learn how to use it. And then his Uncle Ben died really hard. And
So-
I mean, Superman. I think Superman's parents end up getting super
Literally.
murdered, don't they?
Well,
They're
they,
Like his people.
his like
Well,
his.
not his people, but the people that find him.
Yeah.
Oh,
his-
Oh, you're talking about his Earth parents.
Yeah, was it? I forgot.
They don't die.
The
Just-
Kents. The
Yeah.
at some point.
Yes.
What's his name?
They die
His
of old
his
age or,
his
like-
uncle. His well.
Uncle Ben.
His stepfather.
His sort of. It's not even stepfather. His adoptive father
Adoptive father,
does die, but that was like one story of one comic book. I actually think they're fine in most universes.
What is his struggle? Oh wait, his
He's
love
a-
interest. I was always in trouble, wasn't it?
No, well,
I don't know. She's
He-
not-
What is Superman's?
Superman's struggle is that
He's from another planet. I
yeah,
guess.
well, his people died. Like he's constantly like he is the hero that everybody turns to, and he has a gigantic burden on him.
There you
Like
go.
that's his struggle. So this
Hey, why aren't you helping me?
This
Yeah.
ties in to the main topic of the Idea Channel video, which is the purpose of heroes. Like how we view them today is that they're there to save us from boredom.
Sure.
Like this really is it. Like
Superheroes are
People like
celebrities, and
Saitama.
oh my God, look at them.
yeah, like
Yeah.
superheroes are better celebrities than they are heroes. And they're here to save us from the daily drudgery of our lives. And it really goes to show like towards Saitama. Like Saitama is the most powerful being in existence. He's boring. The people in his own world don't like him because they don't save them from boredom like the other heroes do.
Yeah, the
They
more
give him
interesting
drama.
ones.
Yeah. And
The other ones give him drama. They give him something to long for. For instance, when Moon Rider almost died from that one fucking smash from the monster, you know, everybody's like, no, he's down. How is he going to get back up? They worry about him. Saitama gets there. He takes one punch, and he's like, okay.
That's it. It's
yeah,
over.
that's it. Okay, cool.
Show's done.
That's cute. Boom, punch, done. Fight's over. They don't give him that sense of drama that they long for, I guess.
Todd, I'm gonna
So I
give you
guess
homework. Read One Punch Man.
I've tried getting him to read stuff before.
I can, but we'll see.
Todd,
Yeah.
I'm giving you.
Oh,
homework.
okay. Can I just watch the show?
You can.
can?
Okay.
Yes.
I'll
the
do that
show's
instead.
really
Have you caught the show?
No, I haven't bothered because I'm reading it.
the manga.
So go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to
Well
add.
animated as fuck.
I've seen like clips of it and stuff. It looks pretty good. I wanted to add that the reason why people are more interested in the other heroes or would-be heroes who are flawed and have to climb up these hills to and have good intention and have good motives is because they're flawed and they have to climb those hills. And I think maybe the point is that they're more interesting because maybe people, the normal people, us in our normal lives, our everyday thing, can look at somebody who is like, I identify with them because you know what, maybe they're struggling with something that maybe I will struggle with in the future, or I'm struggling right now. And look at them; they're trying to be a better person. They're trying to set themselves as an example or out of goodwill, and somebody can say, maybe I can be that hero. You know, that's the way I see this.
Look at Iron Man with his crushing, what's it called? Alcoholism, and watch him try to become better.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And this comes to another thing that Mike touches upon in the video, that, Saitama is like Saitama compared to other heroes and ourselves. So we basically, we sort of consume the things that make us instead of work for them. Like it really, it goes to show, and like how like this is the example that they sort of inferenced in the video, which is like being a lumbersexual.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like you could be a lumberjack by moving to Canada and chopping trees, or you could consume that by buying clothing and and
saying,
looking,
hey, look at me.
look at the way that you feel. And it's the same thing in the scope of heroes, like in the example of Saitama. Like, I could do that. Like, I could do 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, run 100 miles every day, but in 3 years I will not be as powerful as Saitama. Compared to someone who struggles with themselves, I'm not personally an alcoholic, but if I were, Tony Stark struggled with alcoholism, and he struggled with his inner demons and anxiety. That's something that you can work toward, relate to, and it's something that it's a struggle that you can really wrap your head around. And so heroes, this goes into heroes are made by their stories.
Yeah, they're made by their origin.
Yeah, but it's not, in fact, the action that they do. Like, Saitama is able to punch a giant in the face and it completely exploded.
Yeah.
Compared to somebody who struggles, like Batman, who is far more interesting, like, objectively or subjectively, because of everything that has led up to him being Batman and everything that he does as Batman, and everything that he will do as Batman.
Also, he's mortal.
Yeah, and he's mortal.
I'm going to give you a quick counter argument. You've seen Deadpool.
Uh-huh.
The very end, the last speech that the Silverman gives him.
Spoilers.
Colossus? Spoilers.
Yeah. Fuck you, it's been forever.
True.
Marcos, if you haven't seen the movie, I'm sorry.
He doesn't care.
It's been forever.
He won't care.
Do you remember the speech he gives him?
Yeah.
People always think that you wake up a hero, brush your teeth as a hero, do this as a hero. But it's actually very small instances in which you are a hero that make you a hero.
Mm-hmm.
Does that...
It's incredible circumstances.
Incredible circumstances, but quick moments where you're in the limelight to the point where you get recognized as a hero. Would you say that makes you a hero? Or would you say the struggle is what made you a hero?
Well, I mean, those... Well, see, then Deadpool completely shits on Colossus by shooting Ajax in the face. So,
you see, but... Colossus is still a hero in that he attempted to help him. He's trying to turn Deadpool into
a hero,
a person.
Yeah, a better person.
He fails in the movie.
Yeah,
and hopefully there's someone that may be thinking at one.
But
point.
Going on Benny's thing. Okay, in One Punch Man, what's his name? You had mentioned him earlier. The Neat. King.
The S rank.
Yeah. He has moments where he's just walking down the street. And out of nowhere, a monster will come. Spoilers throughout the manga or the anime series, because it's towards that character's backstory.
I don't think the anime series has King, does it?
Yes, it does. It has some of his backstory. Really? It's like towards episode 8 or 9. But he's walking down the street, and out of nowhere, a monster starts attacking him. And he just got back from buying this brand new dating sim that he had wanted for the longest time. Now, something about this gentleman is that he's big, he's menacing, and you don't expect him. He's more like a giant teddy bear, but he's a very ferocious looking teddy bear at best.
It may as well be, let's say, Superman walks up to you. It's freaking Superman.
Yeah.
But Superman doesn't do anything. He goes to his room and he plays video games all day.
But
he's Superman.
You know him as Superman, but he doesn't have any of these powers in reality.
You've heard tales how Superman kills and flies and does stuff, but you just saw him right now walk into his room and he's been playing video games for like 5 days straight. And then he comes out and there's a guy that's being mugged, and they see him and they say, "Oh my God, it's Superman. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna back away."
Oh my God! Thank you, Superman.
Yeah, exactly.
For saving me.
Yeah, but in reality, he didn't do it. He just
sort of
showed up at the right place at the right time.
I just came outside because there's a new game and I need to walk to the GameStop to pick it up.
Yeah. Well, in the instance of this gentleman's backstory, he's picking up this game and he's walking, and a monster attacks. And once this it's a very small scale monster that's attacking the streets in the forefront, but it's murdering hundreds of people right in front of him, except for him. It slashes at him, gets his eye, and he has this giant scar across his eye. And as he gets this scar, like as he's getting slashed, Saitama shows up, punches the monster, and is like, "Hey, are you cool?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, I'm good now. Like, what the heck just happened?" After the gentleman like just peed himself and lost his shit.
His eye.
Yeah, his eye, like just completely lost like all
he doesn't
sense.
lose his eye.
Yeah,
But he does get a scar across his face.
Saitama's like, "Okay, you're good, cool," and I'm
Bye.
out, and he just leaves. And then that gentleman gets all the recognition because they think that King.
And that's
did all
how
that
he
work.
became a hero.
Yeah, and that's how he becomes an S rank hero, which is ridiculous because in this show they have different rankings of heroes from what they're defined as, whether it be their strength, their characteristics, and a whole bunch of other
I
stuff.
don't remember if that was what made him a S rank, but I do know
It was a specific
that
fight.
string of events kept
Yeah.
happening to him, and that's how he became so well known.
Yeah,
Also,
And-
also he had
because he was just at the right place.
You'd see
at
him
the right
walking
time.
around in the streets, and people would say, "Hey, Pedro, shit, is that King? Oh man, I heard he was near the sea and he killed a sea monster just by looking at it. And oh my god, he's so awesome."
Yeah, rumors.
So if that string of events just keeps happening to him over and over, where Saitama just comes and beats the shit out of a monster and he takes the recognition, is he really powerless, or is his power that he has super luck?
Oof.
Well,
Yeah, that would be extremely lucky.
Well, no, because
Extraordinary
it's not that he has super luck,
circumstances.
because in later episodes, which I kind of don't want to spoil at this point because I just spoiled the whole character's backstory, shit happens to him. Shit really and truly happens to him, and later on in like mid part of the manga, he's like, "I can't do any of this stuff." And Saitama knows because he hangs out with him at this point because he knows his backstory. Because Saitama's like, "Hey, I remember you. I know you from somewhere." And then Saitama remembers that he saved him at one point, and he's like, "Hey, you're picking up this game too? Awesome! I was just picking it up as well." And Saitama's like, "Let's go and play it." And he's like, "We'll give like each other feedback and stuff like that." And it was a fighting game, I think, and they were just playing against each other. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I also have this game, and you should read this manga and do this. And you should also listen to this music and also do this." And they're giving like pointers on each other and this and that, just hanging out, having a fun time. And then, I mean, they're having a fun, cool time. Then out of nowhere, later on down the line, Saitama's like, "Yo, shit's gonna go down. You need to calm the fuck down." And King's like, "I'm trying to, but these guys won't let me because of word of mouth." Because at that point, that's when the what is the name of the association in the show? The Superheroes Association. They all get the S rank heroes together because they're supposed to be a monstrosity of cataclysmic events, like thing that's about to happen to Earth. Like not like an asteroid hitting Earth. No, yeah, it is an asteroid. It's a big ass asteroid that's about to hit Earth.
you could have just said an event is going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Well, anyways, sorry. And that's because I didn't want to spoil it.
Yeah, you're going. I don't want to spoil it. So this giant
and well, this super
A
bad
cataclysmic event is
the
happening.
cataclysmic event is about to happen, and he's like, "I can't really do this because I got somewhere to be." And they're like, "No, you have to be there to help save the world." And he's like, "Okay, I'll be there," but in reality, he just doesn't show up. And the one that winds up beating the cataclysmic event is Saitama, and the ones that get the recognition is everyone else who showed up and tried their hardest, but didn't
And that's the
win.
thing, it's the struggle. And also, like, the guy you just mentioned, King, the reason why people recognize them as, like, oh, this is the guy that, saved us from this thing, is because he was also... There's a physical marker on him. Like, hey, holy shit, that guy, he got slashed by that thing, and he survived it, and he saved everyone, which wasn't the case.
Yeah.
You know? But people are attracted to that because they see that there is that struggle. He bled,
Alright.
You know
Yeah.
what? You
I know
understand what I mean?
what you mean. Yeah, but I mean, I guess.
But at the same time, in his case, he didn't do anything.
No, he didn't. But now I'm thinking about it. I guess heroes just do serve as purpose for our boredom. They are just our, I guess, everyday sitcom that we hear about and see and try and read about. They're like, "Oh yeah, this is awesome. They had this interesting fight."
Well, it's more than that. I come back thinking about this. I come back to this quote. It's one of my favorite quotes. I wish I could remember who actually said it, but it's about. It basically says was it fiction is fiction is not, or fantasy is very real because it tells us that dragons can be beaten.
Okay, I like that.
And that's the most important thing. Like, this is one of the main reasons. Like, for example, Superman was created by Jewish people out, like, right off of World War II. Like, the people who, Jewish people who were, part of the Holocaust and were affected by it in some way, and they thought up of a Superman who would come and, basically, who would basically save them, who would save the world from this evil that's happening. And that's one of the things that I feel that everybody needs and wants from heroes, from heroic figures, from heroic stories in fantasy and real life, is they want them because they tell that your struggles can be vanquished.
Yeah. I think most people, like me, for example, I'm attracted to the idea that, a hero comes from humble beginnings and struggles a lot and fails a lot too. For me, it's about the effort, and that at some point, that even though maybe in some cases this hero is not successful in their their escapades and their efforts, that people or whoever this person is saving or whatever event he or she is in that they're saving, people know, like, well, you tried, and that's fantastic, and you are my hero for trying to save this person or this thing or whatever. That's what attracts me. People nowadays, are attracted to flaws because, like I said, they can relate to them. I think it's becoming, that's why for me personally, someone like Superman is not super interesting, because he's like the perfect being. He is a god. And then when you look at more human characters, they're imperfect. They're mortal. They make mistakes.
Watch them struggle.
Watch them
take your interest.
It's way more interesting to me, but that's the way I see that.
Yeah, I agree.
It is a fascinating topic. Like, if I hadn't seen that video, I probably wouldn't really thought about it before.
I'm gonna make a weird prerequisite, but does this mean to become a hero, at least in nowadays in stories and whatnot, do you need to have someone close to you die?
No.
Oh, yeah, it's not necessary.
But it happens so often.
Like comic book companies.
But that's such a tired thing now.
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. People still use it.
But I would imagine people get tired of, like, oh, of course that happened. Of course his uncle died. Of course his parents died.
That gives drama to the comic.
Sure, but
that gives drama to the backstory of the character.
But a death doesn't have to be the struggle. It could be anything else.
It can be.
It could be an addiction. It could be anything.
It can definitely be anything else.
At the same time, like death.
It's dramatic.
Yeah.
Well, not only is it dramatic, but it's inevitable. Like,
the
one thing that we know in this life is that we're going to die.
Yeah.
So death is a high motivator.
I think that is always there. You can't get used to death because death is just going to happen.
So, like, death as probably not as the struggle, but as a theme.
A hardship that had to be overcome.
Yeah, like as a super, in superheroism, in comics, in stories, like, death is one of the most prevalent things.
I mean, shit, Eren Yeager didn't become cool until he saw his mom get eaten.
Very
true.
Freaking Yeager, fantastic.
So it's about the struggle, and it's about, seeing these people who you relate to succeed. Yeah, they vanquish their demons, and that's something that I think almost all of us are looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. And we look at these stories, like you said, to relate to them in any way. Maybe they can help us, vanquish our demons.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely the case. And for me personally, it's like the more human the character, the more I can relate. But,
all right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Great.
It's a good topic. Yeah, super great. Superman.
Oh my god.
Todd, there are multiple exits.
Oh no, use it against me.
Todd, you should join me in this garbage.
Todd,
No, I don't like Sonic, so I'm
Todd,
good.
The dumpster fire is still nice and hot. You can climb in anytime you want to.
Cool. I'll do it right now. Well, thank you, Capello. And you know what? I'll put the link in the description. But can you plug the channel one more time so people can pay more attention to it? Because that channel deserves more subs.
It is the PBS Idea channel on YouTube by PBS Digital Studios, and it is excellent. It is like they usually have at least one topic every week, plus comment responses from the topic from last week from the discussion that it usually goes around. Yeah, and so it's great. Like there's all sorts of ideas there. One recently that was that I really enjoyed was the one on aesthetics, which as an artist that video really spoke to me, and like how and how people like dismiss the whole aesthetics, and like it's a great art piece that should be really discussed and looked at. And there's all sorts of nerd culture and non-nerd culture ideas that are interesting.
Also, that one video about Over the Garden Wall.
Oh, yeah.
Which we need to bring Sammy. Sammy hasn't watched it yet. I have. I watched it. Okay, I loved it.
Multiple videos are...
The only reason why we haven't touched Over the Garden Wall because Sammy hasn't
watched it. You've seen it?
Watched it.
You haven't?
Nope.
Shit. You can finish it in an hour.
I know I can.
It's so good.
I know I can.
Someday.
Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, I'll probably go home tonight and watch it if I'm not gonna play the Division.
You can not play the Division. We're probably gonna play cards after this too.
Todd, me not playing the Division is like you not playing Fallout when you get the new DLC.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We should just do.
I regret to inform you. I put a Sonic sticker on your PS4, and thus not had to toss your PS4
into the flaming dumpster fire.
You could before that because I have a Sonic theme.
That is more than enough of a reason for me to toss it.
All I need to do is get a new PS4 remote and then put some little hedgehog things on the glowy end of the remote. I'm good.
So yeah, we should just do a mini cast on Over the Garden Wall, even if it's just you, Benny, and myself.
That's fine. I like that. I have so many opinions about it.
It's
I probably have to rewatch it at this point because that was a month ago.
Marcos, have you seen Over the Garden Wall?
Probably has. No, he has.
He has.
Yeah, I think he has.
Interesting.
Let's finish off with a little segment. We're already kind of on a good note. Let's end it on a better note. A little segment I like to call "Feeling Good"
with Joe Peretta.
What?
Who's Joe Peretta?
Joe Peretta is
that is a wrecking channel.
That was the thing. It was the Feel Good series, and you would just.
That was his channel name.
No, that was.
It was part of. He was part of Philip DeFranco's.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
He had his own mini section, which was called "Feeling Good,"
and it was a whole bunch of things of.
It was Feel Good News.
Yeah. So restorations in humanity, cat videos, dog videos, puppy videos.
Okay.
The best kinds of stuff of the world
this
that make you feel good.
This is similar, but this is in gaming.
This is the gaming version.
Yeah, so last week we had a cool story, I'll just recap, about an individual who went to GDC and there was a post-mortem with the creative director on Diablo. So there was a Q&A afterwards. The guy went up to him and said, "Hey, I love the game. I'm going to pay you for it right now because I pirated it years and years ago."
Oh, okay.
And this is a really cool moment. So today's quick topic is about a developer, actually, and this is from an interview I picked up from Reddit. But you can go to the interview at htxt.co.za.
Would it just be better to post a link in the
But I'm just letting people know. This one's by Clinton Matos, and so it's about a 85-year-old musician who is also a game dev. His name is Rod Fisher, and he started making games and learning how to code at 70 years old.
You can never teach a dog.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, how does that go?
You can't teach a dog a new trick or something like that, or what?
You can always teach. I don't know how it goes. I'm terrible at it.
Okay,
something like that.
You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
You can always.
You can.
But yeah. So this is the case. So he is 85 at the moment, and he has a website, and they're all really small, Flash-looking games, but they're all based on history. They're super cool. I've gone to the website myself, which I'll also add in the description. But it's really cool. He said that it's just that his first system was the Amiga, and that he started playing with that, and he was always interested in the idea of making games, but never got to it. And at this late age, it's pretty cool that he can do so. And the best thing about it is that he releases all his games for free. So you can go to the website, pay him for free, and if you go to the website, it's cool because it even says there, no ads, free. Like, he's making a point, like, And I haven't played any of the games, but I recommend you do. They're cool little snippets of interesting, times from history that he finds interesting, But it's really cool for as somebody who has taken classes in the past, and I was an aspiring game dev, going to Full Sail, and I was wanting to get my degree in game design. I kind of let that go a little bit. But after I read the story, I was like, man, this gentleman, he's far older than I am, and he's still able to make games, and that's kind of incredible. It did inspire me a little bit. He's in it, and he's doing what he wants.
He's your superhero.
Yeah, there you go. Damn, that was good.
You should search his name. Did his parents die?
Oh, well,
I think I'm pretty sure.
That's
80-something. I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure they're gone. But yeah,
confirmed superhero.
Guys, this is feel good, right? This is the.
That's why he's a superhero. Of course, you're gonna feel good.
Stop mentioning his death.
His name is Rod Fisher, and you can check out his games on the link below. And really cool story. Thank God for Reddit, because it's gonna be a little while to find a nice story to talk about this week. Hopefully, it won't be the case in the future.
Doesn't Reddit have a feeling good?
Yeah, they do.
Section.
Reddit force makes me feel good.
Yeah, but it's hard to look for something that's gaming related.
Oh,
yeah. Which I just went through the gaming Reddit, but yeah, it's a cool story. I'm gonna put his website in the links below.
That's awesome.
Yeah, super cool.
It goes to show that there's no real time to start to learn something.
Yeah.
Like you can do it, and you should do it like whenever you're able to.
Yeah.
And I know something that's similar is Alan Rickman. He didn't even get into acting until he was like 40
something.
Yeah, 40 something. And then he he started, I think he started with Die Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of his titular roles,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so he became a gigantic actor when he was 40.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's time, don't give up on your dream.
Also, like especially in acting, and this definitely shows, in gaming, but in acting, it's the kind of thing where a lot of people think actors are in their prime when they're in their 20s and 30s, but that's not true. Look at individuals like Liam Neeson or like Christopher Lee. Like they were in their prime when they were a lot older, because the roles called for an older gentleman or female. But like, it's awesome.
No, there's roles for everyone.
There's roles for everyone.
Jennifer Aniston still playing semi-decent roles.
Just because you haven't made it right now doesn't mean that
you'll make it later.
Make it.
Yeah.
Like J.K. Rowling, like she was homeless at a point in time, and then she made Harry Potter, and she was in her 40s.
She wrote it on a napkin.
No.
Yeah.
In a cafe, right?
Yeah.
Yep, I remember. Yeah.
She's now a superhero. She made it.
She made super individuals.
Wow.
What?
All right.
Did she not make it?
She did make it.
She did make it.
Oh,
Oprah Winfrey,
and a
motherfucking hero.
She inspired a generation.
Heads as a child, and now she made it.
For us?
Yes. Oprah Winfrey?
Yeah, I didn't know that. Wow.
He was in a bad spot.
Don't care much for Oprah Winfrey, but I know that she struggled a lot. Yeah, she definitely deserves to be in the situation she's in. And with that, we will end this week's episode. We'll catch you next weekend. Enjoy your weekend and check out the games in the link below, because I've seen some screenshots and they're very flashy kind of games, but it's cool.
Hey, it's a
cool.
thing that someone's doing.
It's a thing that somebody does, and I'm pretty sure this gentleman, Rod Fisher, appreciates all of the views and all of the plays that he gets. I'm pretty sure it'll mean a lot to him. So go check him out, please do. I'm pretty sure you can finish all that stuff in an afternoon.
You get a napkin. You get a napkin. You get a napkin. You on the podcast hearing, you get a napkin. Everybody gets a napkin. Oprah!
You don't play Pokemon.
Get back in the dumpster.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Later, people.
You don't play Pokemon.
This is goodbye.